OG, we OG, oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nuki on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What's up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We're live for another Ordinal hour. This one is going to be absolutely amazing because we have Bitcoin sitting at 92,600, guys. We are running today. I woke up this morning at 89, and then I went to 91, back to 89, and now up to 92. It's been a wild day, but it seems like $1,000 is like nothing for Bitcoin anymore. We just run, and then we drop, and we run again. It's fun and exciting, but guys, runes are running. Dog getting listed on Kraken perps is the biggest thing that happened to runes ever. This is massive, and dog's up almost, I want to say 50%, almost 100%. It's absolutely insane, So just be happy you're in ordinals right now. Yeah, we can look over to the other ecosystems and see them all pump funding their money to zero, and we're over here in runes just taking it stride for stride. We are winning in ordinals. We are winning. Don't forget that. But without further ado, let's bring my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, man. It's Merlin Monday as well, so that should be fun later today. But how are you feeling with these runes, dude? We're winning, bro. We are winning right now.
Yeah, we are winning, and I think that the runes ecosystem is starting to come to life. I think that larger entities are realizing that runes are and ordinals are probably beta plays off of Bitcoin, right? So I actually expect a lot of these centralized exchanges to really start adopting, because they're perfect for runes, in my opinion, right? Like, you think about runes, we don't have like that super flexible ecosystem or like DeFi experience on Bitcoin layer 1, but centralized exchanges give us that, and that gives exposure to the retail base, right? So it's much easier for retail to get into these rune tokens, and I think that they're starting to realize that.
Yeah, I agree. And the fact that, you don't need a transfer inscription, I mean, this is massive, right? I mean, that's the big thing with runes, and why it's easy for someone like Coinbase just to say, hey, we're opening up Taproot wallets, and then just having that run, right? So that what is it? Is runes are still indexed, right, by Casey?
Yeah, they're still indexed with the Ord indexer and stuff like that. But I think what's happening is you got like these large entities, Kraken, Binance is now reviewing 3 of the top runes, right? BDC, Pups, and Dog for possible, perps listings as well. And then, you have the news with Coinbase adding Taproot. And so I think they're figuring out like what the infrastructure would be, right? And all they have to do is have the runes sent to their wallet, and then they make it easy for the public, right? And for them, this is easy layup marketing material. Hey, you want exposure to Bitcoin's ecosystem? Get into $1 Billion Cat, get into pups, get into dog go to the moon. That's how you can have exposure other than Bitcoin.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Let's get into some Bitcoin related news here first. This is monstrous. MicroStrategy buys another 51,780 Bitcoin, $4.6 billion. MicroStrategy now holds 331,000 BTC at an average price of $49,874 each. So, they got to be, they're chasing Satoshi here. I mean, they're about 30% of the way there. Just kind of congratulations, Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy. This might be the biggest company in the world one day.
Yeah, I mean, he placed his bets. Once he got his conviction, there was no turning back. He just kept adding, and he keeps adding. He added more, right? So, usually whenever someone's competing with Satoshi, it's an entity, not necessarily. Well, I mean, this is MicroStrategy, so it is a company, but they definitely are increasing their value. So I'm like, can I get 10 of them? You know what I'm saying? Like 10 of those 331,000. That's wild.
It's pretty insane. And then you have about 13, 14 years ago at this point, 2 pizzas bought with 10,000 Bitcoin in 2010 are now worth nearly $1 billion. So if you push that with I mean, Michael Saylor just bought 50,000 Bitcoin right, for $4.6 billion. So that puts this close to what's that? $1 billion. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. The difference is insane. I mean, it's only 13 years ago. Like, think about it. Like, it's not that long ago. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in 13 years, I think you could have made quite a bit if you invested in Google early. But, there were so many people talking against Bitcoin, saying it's a fad, it's a Ponzi scheme, it's a scam, all these things, as opposed to something like Google, where most everybody was bullish on Google from the early onset days up until that like 13-year span, right? To where you made a lot. So I think you really had to have a ton of conviction to hold on to Bitcoin for this long versus something like Google, right? Or Facebook.
Yeah.
So congratulations to the people that did. But 10,000 coin, $1 billion, I'm sure he'd like it back. But I think for some reason, I think he has a good amount himself.
Yeah, for sure. But the thing is, like, my thing is like $26 for the 2 pizzas, right? Probably because inflation's was a lot lower back then as well. I mean, congratulations to the guy who did that. But it's just crazy putting these two together. Michael Saylor buys on the 51,000 Bitcoin, and then 2 pizzas were bought for 10,000 Bitcoin. It's pretty insane.
I hope the pizza delivery driver saved them, though. That's the big thing. Did he hold on to them? Because if he did, he's set for life.
Well, it was a guy from overseas who did the purchase. He just called up Domino's and had it delivered, paid in cash, and the guy selling the Bitcoin. So
really, I thought it was delivered to his house, and he asked if he.
It was delivered from Domino's. Yeah, but the guy was overseas.
But I thought. Oh, okay. I thought the guy was actually at the house was saying, "Hey, will you take Bitcoin? I'll send it to you right now." Interesting.
No. He posted a post online, and that post said, "Hey, I want to buy Bitcoin. I want to give up 10,000 Bitcoin." Because Satoshi actually reached out to him and said, "Hey, like, you're winning too many blocks. Like, we have to distribute the Bitcoin better if you want to succeed." And he obliged, and he tried to figure out fun ways to use the Bitcoin. And he was like, "I can do the first transaction," and he just put a post in the BTC forum. Which is forever ago, and then that guy was like, okay, cool. So he just got his address. He called up Domino's, local Domino's, got it delivered, and then once it was delivered, he sent the 10,000 Bitcoin. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, let's move on here. Nvidia earnings could be the biggest catalyst for the market this week, and I think that could be why we're running today. People are kind of front running the earnings report. Why is Nvidia earnings important for Bitcoin right now?
Well, I think it's important for tech stocks and anything tech related or speculative that has at least some solid foundation, because Nvidia was it number 2 in terms of asset valuation, right? You have gold, which is I think, was it 12 trillion, 13 trillion, and then the next one is like 2 trillion or 1.5 trillion is Nvidia.
Gold's like 17 trillion now. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a big jump. but Nvidia is number 2. So I think that's why people look to it and say, hey, if this could trickle down into the other markets that kind of get clumped in with it, and that is typically like speculative tech assets or markets.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Nvidia is this. Oh wow, it looks like Apple actually just jumped in Nvidia here. So it's gold,
Wow.
Apple at 3.4, and then Nvidia. But I mean, dude, they're neck and neck. I mean, it's a couple $100 million a piece at this point. But yeah, it's crazy. And you got Microsoft right there. So these are 3 largest companies ever. But you could see if Nvidia comes out today, and that's one thing people aren't talking about. Nvidia comes out today and say they've added Bitcoin to their their balance sheet. What does that do for Nvidia's stock and the price of Bitcoin?
I'm not sure, right? Because they are number 3 right now, so they're ahead of Bitcoin. But yeah, I think it would be a smart move. It would probably move Bitcoin up because I think there would be a lot of flow down into FOMOing, right? But I think it would be huge. It would be a huge news event. Microsoft is still voting on that, correct?
Yeah, actually, it's in next month. It's December 12th.
Okay, so you got Microsoft already kind of lined up for that.
Yeah.
If one of these other companies come out, it'll probably be a pre-announcement, like how Microsoft did, where they vote on it, and if they get it and they say yes, then that, of course, that'd be huge. But I mean, just looking at this chart, to me, how can you not be uber bullish on Bitcoin's future? Because when you compare the ETFs for Bitcoin and gold, like Bitcoin has raced past that first year, like it's not even close.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people are saying it's going to catch gold much faster than you think. And so, we know it's going to number 1. It's just how long is it going to take? Is it going to take 4 years? Is it going to take 2 years? It depends on how, hyper bullish this bull run is coming up, as well as do we get a super cycle?
Yeah. I agree 100%. But if you remember, in I want to say I think it was March of 2021, Elon came out and said, hey, Tesla has bought $2 billion in Bitcoin, and we will now be taking Bitcoin as payment for Teslas. And what that did, Bitcoin went from, I think it was, it hit 40K and then came back down to 31 and then immediately went to like 56,000 within like that the next week after. So, I mean, we're talking, a 40% jump. I do think that possibly a catalyst like NVIDIA putting Bitcoin in balance sheet or taking Bitcoin as payment for their AI services or for their computers or whatever, that could be that
Twitter
could be
Blue
enough.
or X Blue, you could do it.
Huh?
For the check mark, you could take payment for Bitcoin for that, right?
Can you?
For the X account. I'm just saying, like, if they announce
I didn't know you
that or
could.
something.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. But I'm talking like NVIDIA. If they did it, I mean, we're talking potentially a 40% jump for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
In my
No,
opinion.
you're right. And it would just be compounded if Microsoft, and the Microsoft one's kind of puzzling to me because if you look at the history of Bill Gates, he's been a harsh critic of Bitcoin the entire time.
Yeah,
That's
100%. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, they're all kind of coming over, right? So I mean, it's one at a time at this
True.
point. You see Larry Fink, and then Chamath was actually on the All In podcast over the weekend, and he said one of his biggest regrets was selling Bitcoin. He had close to 1 million Bitcoin back in like 2013, but his fund was selling it off. And he basically came out and he was saying that that he ended up cashing out like $100 million from that, and he bought land. And he was like, that land's still worth just what I paid for it. And the
Or
Bitcoin
less.
is now 100x more than he paid for it. So yeah, he said he missed out on like $4 billion in his own portfolio. So
Yeah.
but
He's
moving
not
along
hurting for
here,
money.
no, not at all. But I mean, yeah, I mean, when you lose a couple of $1 billion or didn't push it in, it definitely hurts. But CFTC releases notice clearing the way for spot Bitcoin ETF options to be listed. This is pretty big. Bitcoin options. For some reason, I thought they were already available, but I'm guessing they're just rolling out slowly or something. I don't really know too much about.
No, so they have other forms of options, but the ETF options, I don't believe so. Because you have to remember it's a different price point, right? You're talking about regular Bitcoin price to like was ETF now probably $60 or something like that. So
yeah.
however much it is.
Is this a big deal? Like putting, because everyone apparently goes long with options. That's what it kind of feels like. You never see anyone shorten with options. So
Oh, there's people that short.
yeah,
I mean, it's puts, right? Puts are like shorts and calls are the
yeah,
longs. But I don't know how I feel about this. I think, we're gonna really see like how strong this 4-year cycle continually plays out now that TradFi has, joined the game. Because if it
yeah,
plays out, then you would think that it would be very easy to speculate on when to take a call, right? Because
yeah,
if you're safe, you take a call a year out, like right now. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But just knowing how the financial markets can be heavily manipulated, I feel like it's not going to be that easy in like 5 years, right?
yeah.
So think we really got to see how much tomfoolery TradFi brings into crypto, because yes, it was a wild west, but then it might not seem like that with regulations, but there's a lot of stuff that happens behind the curtains. So
Yeah, 100%. This stuff could rip price up and it could smack price down. Options are very, very dangerous when they come to an asset. Global healthcare group Cosmos Health adopts Bitcoin as treasury reserve asset. This is pretty big. Cosmos is one of the, I think, one of the top ones. And this is monkey see monkey do, right? This is just another company. I think we have one of these almost every single week now, and it's just showing you what's going to happen in a month from now when we get 9 of these in one day.
yeah, when I saw this, I was extremely bullish because healthcare is an industry that stays consistent for the most part, but depending on how the franchise or entity is ran, it could be very, very profitable or struggling, to
Yeah,
continue on. And the strugglers, I think this, like Bitcoin, is not just for healthcare, but any industry can be used as this backup reserve, because it's going up, to kind of help give companies more time to rebound, bounce back and stuff like that,
yeah.
rebalance, their books and all that stuff. So I agree with you. I think we're going to see more and more of these. It's going to continually be bullish. You're going to see cities like we have been seeing, states, and
Yeah.
then nation states. So,
Is there enough Bitcoin, bro?
well, there will always be like,
Yeah,
enough for entities to put in their strategic reserve. But yeah, it's going to look smaller than, what it could look like today if you were to do it.
100%. I got a couple more things here, and we'll move to some other stuff. But Polish presidential candidate pledges support for strategic Bitcoin reserve. I mean, this is how you get elected nowadays. Just say, "Hey, we'll start a Bitcoin reserve. Elect me," and he's probably going to get elected. Well, this is pretty cool to see. Monkey see, monkey do.
Monkey see, monkey do, pretty much. And I don't know if you saw, but Melee basically has brought the best investment returns for Argentina in
Yeah,
a very long time, and he's going towards that Bitcoin strategic reserve as well, as Bukele in the U.S. So yeah, this is just kind of like it's like this hot narrative, but it's through like just trying to bring success to your country and stuff. So yeah, they're
yeah,
definitely jumping on the train, and I would too.
yeah.
So
I mean, 100%. Mara Holdings to raise 700 million to buy more Bitcoin. This is something I was talking about. These because Mara is one of the biggest miners in crypto, or in crypto period. Instead of selling their Bitcoin, they're selling stock to buy Bitcoin. This is different than what happened last time. This is something I've been saying for a while. Why would you sell Bitcoin in the beginning of a bull run when you could sell? And this is the first time. I mean, Mara's only been public for I think 2021, so they weren't around. Like they weren't able to really sell a lot of stock back then because they were such a small. They were on the. I think they were like I think they were like actually a penny stock, like maybe 30-40 cents, something crazy like that back in 2021, and now they actually have value, probably closer to like $6-7 per share now, where they can actually raise money to buy more Bitcoin.
yeah, it'd be stupid for them to sell their mined
Yeah,
Bitcoin and the Bitcoin that comes in from that, and they know what's about to occur in the next 12 months. So I believe MicroStrategy sold stock, right, to be able to buy Bitcoin.
yeah,
So they're following that method. So no surprise here. This is something that we expected, and we probably expect to see a little bit more. I think there's gonna be a time though that they stop doing this, maybe in the next 3-4 months, and they
yeah.
just kind of focus on hodling. So
I agree. All right. Let's get into that Bitcoin fear and greed. So last Monday we were at a 76. Yesterday we're at a 90. Where do you think we are? My hint: we are definitely lower than
Yeah,
90.
82.
Dude, pretty. I mean, you're one off. Congratulations to you, 83. That was a
Yay!
good guess, dude. Really good guess. Sitting here now at 83. We're still in extreme greed, but the price of Bitcoin is flying right now. If this comes up, loads up. So yeah, 92, still at 92,000. So I think being at that 82 mark is really nice for right now because we have a lot of room to run, especially if I'm kind of banking on right now. Nvidia coming out today and saying something about Bitcoin. That would be absolutely huge. That would send the shorts running and crying and put the longs in some fire right there.
Green,
So for
some
sure,
huge
on
green
fire,
candles.
green. Yeah, man. All right, let's get into the Bitcoin price action brought to you by BitPerp. BitPerp is going to be one of the leading leverage trading platforms in the Bitcoin ecosystem. You're going to be able to long and short your favorite runes asset, your favorite BRC20s, pretty much any asset will be available on BitPerp. I'm hoping that's going to be amazing in the future. So look out for BitPerp, guys. Right now, if you notice, if you go to bitperp.io, you won't be able to trade right now. They're down for maintenance. They're going to be making a whole bunch of good changes and everything with that. So look over them. They the three winners have won. So they're probably going to be paying out when they're TGE. So that is amazing. But look out for when it reopens. You guys will have a more opportunity to win some BTP.
Yeah, it's and possibly USDT. So that's going to be for their second paper trading competition once they launch on Botonics, which is going to be the fourth chain that they're going to be able to launch on. So, guys, just before we get into the Bitcoin price action, if you're on the YouTube side, please smash that like for us. It helps us a ton. And subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and turn your notifications on so you know when we go live. It's important to know when we go live for this upcoming bull run, especially with the Bitcoin ecosystem heating up. On the X side, please hit that like as well and share the space so we can educate and onboard as many people as possible. But like Shizzy said, that competition is wrapping up. I think it's wrapping up today. You might be able to squeeze a trade in. If not, sorry, but if you are, all you need is one trade for a raffle for a chance to win 5,000 BTP as well. So anybody that made one paper trading trade, you're in that raffle. So don't worry if you're not in the top 3. But let's look at Bitcoin's price action for the day. And we're starting with the hour chart here. It's kind of hard to tell what happens next because we could see we were in buy pressure, kind of got out of that with a little bit of sell pressure. And then bam, as soon as the markets went live, Bitcoin just decided to really, jump up here and go for maybe possibly a new all-time high. We got to 92,000, I believe. What was that, 500 around there? But we are bouncing back and forth here between 92,001 to 92,003. If I were to say, I would say, the second half of today's probably bullish, trying to get to that new all-time high. And I think that would be 94,000. Trying to get to 94,000 would be the goal for that. Somebody that I respect in terms of TA is calling for 96,000 for this week, with a retracement possibly down to grab a ton of liquidity at 84,000. So after we reach that, right? So that could be, reaching 96,000 could take up to Wednesday or something like that. And then maybe we see a bounce down to kind of retrace. And maybe the dominance comes down so much that this alt market and Bitcoin ecosystem assets can really take off. But second half of today, I do think we stay aggressive. So I'm counting on possibly 93.5, trying to knock on that door of $94,000. We shall see, though. Let's take a look here on the weekly. So the weekly doesn't look as good, but there's some signs of hope here, right? Like we did go into sell pressure after being in buy pressure for a long, long time. So we kind of got what we've been calling for on the 8-hour for the past 2 weeks. We got that rise up to 93, was that 93.8, and then chop back and forth. Now it seems like the MACD is starting to weaken here. So this could lead into that 96,000 to maybe fake out to the upside and give us that 96,000, and then the dump comes towards the end of this week. We shall see. We definitely shall see, because usually whenever you see like a aggressive buy or sell pressure on the MACD and it's only switched for a short period of time, it doesn't usually switch back for a long period of time. So we might see that, like I said, aggressive pull up and then see some more sell pressure come in afterwards, after we hit that $96,000 mark. But we're not a crystal ball here, so we can't tell you exactly what's going to happen. But I do expect further up before we do see a dump at all. So that's kind of what I got going on with the Bitcoin price action. Let's take a look at dominance here. So Bitcoin dominance on the hour chart is looking pretty decent. We're under the 50-day EMA for dominance. We're back under 60%. This thing really needs to be heading towards 45% and even 40% to really see an aggressive altcoin market push up, is typically what we've seen in previous cycles, right? So if we do see it, jump back up and Bitcoin try to head for that 96,000, probably going to get back into the low 60s. But if that dump does come pretty quickly after that, let's say the end of this week, and we try to get down to 84,000, then that's when that dominance can really get torn into, and maybe some of the alts kind of stay stagnant while Bitcoin dumps down to 84,000. We shall see, though, like I said. So that's kind of where we're looking at for the dominant side of things as well. But hopefully that helps you guys. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. We're all grown adults. Make your own decisions. And that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, man, absolutely amazing. Great job by you, my friend. Let's get into the roll call here. Let's see who is here on the show. When you're first, it means you're first. And it's Yasher today. You win today, my friend. One of our mods. Well, our number one mod. We appreciate you so much, my friend. And number one, congratulations. It's been a while since I said Yasher number one. But congratulations to you, my friend. Nighthawk is here. UXL. GM, damn it. Yasher beat me. Ordinals Chips is here. I don't see Ordinals tweets. Where is the brother? But Chips made it today. Chief Axel is here. Lackey Lukey, doggo to the moon, he says. Joko says, happy dog Monday. Cheaty is here. What's up, guys? What's up, Cheaty? Renstorm Music says, roll call. I missed yesterday because I'm obsessed with losing money on Solana. I hear a lot of people are losing money on Solana right now. Be safe out there, guys. Play Ordinals. It is better. Patrick Nand is here in Nagi. Shout out to you, my friend. Mark from Launch Punks. They're launching today. They're launching something cool today. We have that in the banners for you guys a little later. Choda is here. Jason, my feet. Tim Baker, up and away. Another one of our mods. I see you.
Jason, my feet gets me every time, bro.
Mike Bennett, GM, with a dinosaur emoji. L Crypt 3.0 says, dog go to the moon. Dream Baked is here. Eyes on the new track network light paper. I did see that. I'll take a look at that. Steamy J is here. Neo Meester is here. S Rollins is here. Then we have Yo-Yo Street. Been a while, Yo-Yo. I haven't seen you in here in a while. John Doe is here. We got Happy Homer. Seems like you're here almost every single day again, man. Appreciate you. Another one of our mods, Danny Boy D Block. Shout out to you, my friend. Yasher says the best thing that helps NVIDIA now is to announce that their latest GPU can mine Bitcoin and it's viable on Windows 11 laptops. I don't know if that's possible because you do need those ant miners. Maybe it is. That'd be awesome.
Well, I mean, if they built one that was powerful enough, possibly, right?
Yeah.
I think everybody
100%.
would love that.
Yep. No is here. Player RSX is here. And Yasher again says also a friendly suggestion. If you can put the logo of OR in the middle and the affiliate company's logos on the left and right, it would be good. Just a suggestion.
Okay. Yeah, we'll mix it up, try it out.
Sixes is here. Claudio is here. Mario HR is here. First time I've seen Mario here. Thank you so much for coming in, bud. And he just keeps throwing the dogs out there. Melt Monkey Design Studio. Thank you so much for joining us today. Appreciate you. I think your first time here as well. We got a lot of new people today. And then we got, some of our amazing every single day guys like Claudio and Matt's. Ordinal Sweets came in. There he is. There's the other brother. Way later. And then we have Albert Amari is here. Ant-Man is here. Michael Bennett. Sham is in the building. Bitcoiner. Don't remember you either, dude. This is amazing. A lot of new people here from YouTube. Pretty cool. Steve Verse is here. Zeesh is in the building. Shout out to Zeesh. Akala, and then Zeesh again to finish it off. I appreciate every single one of you guys who made roll call today and every single day. It means so much to us. Appreciate every single one of you guys, man.
Yeah, shout out to Kyla though. I like the Bells PFP. That's the Bells
Ooh.
mascot. I think I think that's a raccoon or something. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Yep. All right. If you guys haven't seen our video with Adam McBride, it was actually a lot of good stuff in there. If you're interested in bells, check that out. Let us know too. Do you guys like that? Do you guys like the bells, this bell stuff? If you guys like it, we'll keep going with it. Let us know. But let's jump into some Bitcoin ecosystem news. So Runes 1.88 billion has officially flipped BRC20 at 1.85 billion to become the #1 fungible token standard on Bitcoin. Was this only a matter of time, or are you kind of blown away by this?
I thought it was a matter of time. I actually was
Yeah.
surprised that it took this long, to be honest.
Yeah.
But you got to remember that Ordi and Sats are on centralized exchanges, on a ton of leveraged platforms, and so the
Yeah.
volume for Ordi and Sats is really high. And so I guess it doesn't surprise me too much. But now that it has taken the lead, this has been a topic of discussion the past couple days. Some people are like, "Don't sleep on BRC20" because it just jumped up higher yesterday. So
yeah. And dog is 38% of that. It's pretty wild. And then you have,
is there gonna be a dog
pup.
dominance chart soon? I'm just
I
kidding.
mean, probably it's 38% of runes right now, and you got pups coming in at second at like 20%. So that's pretty cool. So just those two alone are about 50% of the total market cap, and then you have stuff like Billion Dollar Cat, and these other ones as well. But the top 3 runes, dog, pups, and BDC, are currently under review for Binance futures listings.
Let's go.
This is a pretty big deal, dude. I mean, dog just got listed on Kraken. They're probably looking at pups and BDC as well. And then this just Binance comes out and says, "Hey, don't forget about us." And they put this out there as well.
Yeah, I actually think that's probably what made them kind of review it more. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
You do have to click on a button to submit the review request. So I don't know what comes with that, like what criteria they look at. But I do know that those are the 3 that I saw from the Runes ecosystem, even though there were other runes in there. So those are the only 3 that are under review. But people like yourself have said, Kraken perps, is a big deal because that means that it could possibly end up on Coinbase. And if something's on Coinbase, Binance pays attention because they're the 2 biggest competitors right now, right?
Yeah, because think about it. If you can't find something on Binance, you probably go to Coinbase or you go to these other exchanges, right? And if you're already over there, you're putting money on these exchanges, now you're going to use them more. And Binance doesn't want that. Binance wants to be a one-stop shop. They don't want you to withdraw money to go to another exchange. That's the last thing they want because that money might never come back. So,
absolutely.
This is from Decrypt. They have over 250,000 subscribers. They posted Bitcoin native meme coin dog jumps to a 5-month high. Admin Dogecoin hype. Exchange listing hope. So this is Decrypt. This is one of. I mean, I check there every morning for looking for news, and I see this, and I'm blown away by it. This is massive.
Yeah. This is another kind of indicator that the masses in our industry is paying attention to runes now. Solana is easy to get attention because it's very degen, very instant gratification. But when you look at the overall kind of goals of some of these centralized exchanges, it's really to bring in the masses. And like I said, I don't think there's going to be a narrative better than, hey, Bitcoin's at like 230,000. You want some exposure to the Bitcoin ecosystem? Get into a Bitcoin meme coin. I mean, so.
Yeah, 100%. Moving along here, Cat's voting ticker change. So Cat is now OpCat. It really messed me up this morning. I went to go check the price of Cat on DotSwap, and I was like, "Where is it? I can't find it." And I noticed this new token called OpCat was like the same price where Cat was, and I asked you, and you're like, "Yeah, they changed the ticker." And we went searched their site, and DotSwap, they put this out. So is this a big deal? Like, why now? Why this change?
Big deal in a good way. Big deal in a good way. Because there's so many Cat probably already out there. OpCat, I don't think there's anything right in terms of ticker wise, and it makes sense because this token was only possible because of OpCat. So I'm very glad they did it they probably should have started off this way, but it's okay because I think they did it early enough before they get listed on, big exchanges and stuff like that. Plus, Opcat is a great ticker because it can it also will be able to travel to other UTXO chains that has Opcat enabled, or OPCat, however you want to say it. So I think this is a win-win for them. They could have done it a little earlier, but better late than never.
100%. So this next piece of news is kind of old, but we weren't able to cover it on Friday because I think it came out like right after our show. But Sats Pump Fun, we're thrilled to announce our partnership with Tap Protocol, the pioneers behind the first trustless AMM. This is pretty big in the sense of, let's just, right now they're using Fractal, but now they're potentially going to be on mainnet using Taproot Swap, and their platform. Like the only thing they need to do differently is send it to Taproot Swap instead of Dot Swap. But now you're going to be able to do these Tap tokens. Do you think they'll have a separate page for Tap tokens, or maybe they'll let? I don't know. How's this going to work? Do you think?
I do think I think it's going to be a separate thing. Like an example would be Ordinal Hive's website. Do you want to use Merlin or do you want to use Bitcoin Layer 1? You can select, right? So Sats Pump Fund has to do that because they're completely different, from a tech standpoint, right? So I think this is a good move by Francis. So congrats to him. It's going to give him more exposure to an emerging ecosystem and a new innovative tech approach, right? And so I did use Taproot Swap, and I swapped my Tap into Bitcoin. And there are a couple. It takes 2 transactions, first of all, other than just agreeing to the first one, but I thought about it. Initially, I was like, man, I had to wait forever because the mempool was clogged, right? It was just backed up. Like first block was, I think, 30 minutes. But I thought about it and I was like, I'm okay with it because I'm expecting payment, So I was able to withdraw Bitcoin from a liquidity pool as opposed to, I don't know if someone's going to buy my listing or not. So even though the swap might take up to an hour, but typically I would say average mempool timing, you're going to have to, at least in my opinion, wait about 30 minutes, which, like I said, if you know the Bitcoin's coming to you or the other token is coming to you, you don't really care. It's coming to you, so you're good.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Could you think they could do something where they put half the tokens as a Cat 20 and the other half is Tap, or do you think that's not possible?
I think they're going to be different tokens. That's what I would assume, right? So
yeah, but is it possible, do you think, to do if they wanted to do a Cat token and a Tap token and add half the liquidity to both? Let's just say it gets to that 60,000 range and they're just like, okay, because the tokens aren't made, right? So they're kind of made like afterwards.
Yeah, I just don't know if it the Tap tech that won't be able to use Cat 20 standard until Bitcoin has Opcat.
Yeah, but you're not understanding. I'm just saying, just take half the tokens, you create half the tokens over here. Let's just say it's 1 million tokens. Create $500,000.
I got
500,000 tokens over here. 500,000 over here. You put half the liquidity because it's you're getting in Bitcoin and probably Bitcoin as well. And then boom, and then they're 1-to-1.
I mean, you would need an oracle to be able to communicate price from both, because if not, then one's gonna definitely have
arbitrage will do that.
You could arbitrage, but arbitraging that is going to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're going to have to do like 2 transactions on the Tap side and then bridge it over. You know what I'm saying? So it's just going to be too much of a pain in the ass. So the only way you can arbitrage that is just hold it on each side, kind of like what we talked about. But once Opcat gets added, that's a whole nother game, because, then you can actually, Tap would still have to upgrade, their tech on their side, but it would be possible because then you could bridge the Cat 20 token from Fractal to Bitcoin, and then that's a universal token at that point, right? So, but I mean, I think this is big for Sats Pump Fund though, and Francis, because now they can have 2 different ecosystems that are having this degen environment,
and now they can say they're at the Pump Fund on Bitcoin, right? Because they technically
are
using Tap, so. And we all know, like, Francis likes to, flaunt a little bit. But here's some cool stuff here. PsyUp, the official mascot, the meme coin in the first Pump Fund, built in the Bitcoin ecosystem, can go live at any moment now within the coming days. And Francis put out this, or Sats Pump Fund put out this thing. It's like, so you will need FB to obtain PsyUp. you will need a Unisat wallet. PsyOp will conduct a semi-stealth launch. Our founder will go live on X and YouTube to create the liquidity pool. So he's going to do it live, which is pretty cool. It will be based on first come, first served. So if you're there and you're buying. Turn on bell notifications so you don't miss out. Sats Pump Fund will conduct a semi-stealth launch in the days to come after PsyOp is live. So they're basically saying, when PsyOp drops and the liquidity pool is added, it's only a few days after that before the pump fund is live, which is gonna be a lot of fun. Our users will have a chance to create the first meme coin on the platform. So PsyOp is the mascot, but you still can create the first one as well. So that could have value as well. But this is pretty big. This is huge in my opinion. So we potentially could see this week. And if you guys don't know, and I don't know if you guys should know, but I'm going to show you anyway. If you go to Fractal, you can see the airdrop has started, and this is just what I came along to this. Let me refresh this to make sure it's the latest holder count. But I started tracking this around 21,000 holders. Come on, Fractal. Be my lord.
Their server is overwhelmed.
Yeah. All right, you can see
Claudia,
that.
you
Okay,
said
there's 30,000
that.
holders now. So they're airdropping. Wow. This is going to be closer to 300,000 holders. I think I'm not 100% sure on that, but check your wallets, guys, because you might have some cat, and you might be asking, okay, if he doesn't add the liquidity pool, how can you trade it? You can actually go to apps and cat market. I'm actually curious if anyone has listed it. Oh, someone has listed it so far.
Yep.
Ooh, you can actually buy PsyOp cat now.
What's the total supply of PsyOp cat? Do you know?
1 billion. 100 billion. It should say. Let me go back. I can actually find it.
Gotcha.
It's let me make sure that this is the same one. So make sure it has it's the one with the same let me go back again. Make sure it's the same holder count when you go look at it. So because there is a lot of PsyOps going on the market right now. Let me go back one more time. All right, here it is. Just make sure it's the one with 30,000 holder count. Make sure you're getting PsyOp. What you could do too is copy that and then go to apps and then go to cat market and then come up here and paste that in and then search it. Okay. So it isn't trading yet. No one has listed it yet. So be careful with those other ones. Oh, there is one. There's one that has listed it. So make sure you guys are taking that number of the holder count and paste it in there. Don't buy anything other. There does seem to be some PsyOps on the market already. So make sure you guys are doing this. But it's crazy, man.
How much is he trying to sell that lot for?
Oh my God. He's trying to sell 6,000 for 654 FB. So he's trying to get 0.1 FB. Don't buy that, guys, because the rumor has it this airdrop is at $70,000 market cap. It's like $10. So I wouldn't just be careful with these buys. I wonder if there has been any buys yet. Okay, there's no activities yet or anything like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool though. The airdrop has started. Check your wallets. If you do list it for $10, I will buy it. Just so you guys know, whatever the airdrop is. But it looks like the airdrop's is 6,547 per each for each wallet.
Dude, that'd be crazy if someone bought that.
Yeah, I hope someone doesn't. That's a lot of FB. That's like $3,000, almost $3,500 in FB for something that's worth $10. But yes, be careful buying anything right now. I would just wait for the LP pool to start. And that's pretty cool. Francis is going live for it.
Yeah, man. Congrats to Francis. And I know this has been kind of a heavy lift for anybody it would be, but like he was stressed out about it. And so I'm glad that it's come to launch day, or at least the airdrop. So it's awesome.
Yeah. Claudia says, take care. Not sure if it's good PsyOp cat, Shizzy. I'm sure
it's the good one.
Well, I mean the 30, I mean it's very expensive to send 30,000 people. I'm pretty sure it is. It has to be. So not even know.
Well, I mean, I can check because I got an airdrop, right? So it would just be the address, right?
Yeah. Yep. Did you get yours?
Yeah, I got some. I got a little bit.
Part of the first 30,000. Yeah, so whatever. I mean, that token address, we know that's the thing. One. So yeah, first one was wrong. Yeah, but the 31,000 is right though. So I mean, it has to be. I mean, that's really expensive to send cat tokens to 30,000.
Well, so I see 30,500. I see 30,530. Is that what you see?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the right one because I clicked on my token ID.
Yeah. It has
Okay,
has
cool.
to be. I mean, it has to be. Be
Yep.
careful of these
Yep.
other ones, guys. There is a bunch of them. Let me show my screen again. There's a bunch of them that these are not it. It's not it. So just remember, anyone can create the same ticker over and over. This isn't like BRC20s. This isn't like runes. But the numbers are different, right? So the numbers are what matters. It kind of reminds me of Ethereum, how Ethereum works. Take the numbers, not the name, because anyone can create the same name over and over and over. This is an easy way to get people, especially Bitcoiners who are used to just having one name. So be very careful. Make sure you go to Unisat first. Make sure you guys just make sure it's the one with a lot of holder count. Don't get scammed, guys. Don't get scammed. Yep, Claudio has the address right there. So that is the one.
That's the legit,
Yeah,
the legit psyop.
300K holders. Yeah,
Was...
they're airdropping BRC20 holders, bitmap holders, any of that. Sham says any cat20 tokens that can be easily bridged to other opcat enable chains is the best use case. Yeah, I mean, Bells is, we're hearing Bells by December going to have that on there. So we'll get to some of these comments later. There's a lot of comments coming in.
Yeah,
but we do have some other stuff to cover. Take off Sham.
Yep.
All right. So Fluid tokens on Bitcoin over $180,000 in TVL right now. That's just in Dog. Are currently staked on Fluid. And they say Raul said, I think it's time we get listed on DeFi Llama. So that's pretty cool. You're gonna see Fluid on Bitcoin. Because right now they are Cardano based when you go to Fluid on DeFi Llama, but soon. You go to DeFi Llama under Bitcoin, you're gonna see Fluid tokens. I love this, dude. When he first told us about the staking, man, it got me so hype, and now we're gonna finally see it on DeFi Llama, which is one of my favorite places.
Hopefully,
to check TVL. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
I think they should add it.
There's no reason why they
should add
shouldn't.
it. Yeah, I mean, they're
a
probably at
legit
a quarter.
Company.
Yeah, and $250,000 now, and this is just getting started, right? In terms of what it's gonna look like. So.
Yep. And then. So we'll go to the next thing here. Magic Eden verifies runes now with a pink check mark. This is something we talked about on Friday, and I added this. This is a great idea because something that maybe Magic Eden wants to do as well, for that same reason of so many different OpCat tokens, right? So, or
You mean Unisat?
PSYOP tokens. Well, yeah, same thing.
Unisat? You said same thing that Magic Eden wants to do as well, but I think you meant same thing.
Yeah.
That Unisat might want to do as well.
Unisat should do as well. Yeah. Because I think it is pretty cool. So I'm hoping that we get some check marks and stuff on every site, make it easier for everyone.
Yeah.
We want new guys to come here and not get scammed. So
that's the biggest thing. I was gonna say that. Like it really just helps people not get scammed, and the platform lets them know very clearly that this is an official token. So.
Yeah. So I don't see it though. Normally, I guess it's only in portfolio.
Yeah, it is in portfolio. Because
Okay.
I'm looking at mine, but like, yeah, you can definitely see that there are some that like have been around that don't have it, like Bitcoin Pepe Matrix. Obviously, I hold that, but it doesn't have a pink check mark. And so I think that there has to be like a process of maybe the founder reaching out and collaborating with Magic Eden. So if you are the founder of Bitcoin Pepe Matrix or Koala and Impala, you need to go and reach out to Magic Eden and get that pink check mark, man.
Yep. I agree. So I was talking last week about somebody should create a dog go to the moon ordinal and then use the proceeds of that, take it in dog, and use those proceeds to get it listed on exchanges. Someone listened, but they're doing it wrong. So unless they're just doing it with Bitcoin. So Dog, big news for Dog Army. And this is Dog. This is a Twitter account. It's nothing to do with Leonidas, nothing like that. They said, we're thrilled to announce the launch of our Dog Ordinal PFP collection exclusively on Magic Eden. So Magic Eden won't let you pay in Dog. You'd have to use Ordinals bot like Niche did for Billy Cats. So what do you think about this? And I mean, they haven't said if they're going to use the proceeds in any way to get dogs listed. And I wouldn't buy this unless they were using the proceeds to get Dog listed on exchange.
I don't know if Dog at this point even needs like proceeds to get listed on exchange, right? Like there was the whole, super concentrated effort to get the attention of the tier 1 centralized exchanges by Leonidas. You got to give him credit. He pushed, and once he gave up, that's when it happened. It's kind of like, when you try so hard or you try too hard on something and you can't get it, and then you're like, I'm not going to try so hard anymore, and then you nail it the next time, and that's what I feel like happened. But let's not forget that this is not the first dog ordinal collection, they dropped one. Oh, like
they?
actually, yeah, like a month and a half afterwards. It didn't do too hot. It
That was
did mint out,
small.
but
It was small
yeah, I think
collection.
it was small collection, but nevertheless, it was a dog collection, and it didn't do very well. But so maybe they're just trying to push it out to see if it'll get some hype because dog is getting more attention, and if dog
Yeah.
gets listed, then that's better chances that But I just don't know if they can anybody can replicate the Billy Cat's approach because of what Niche did. He said, "Hey, look, I was a big holder of $1 billion cat rune token. I think he still is. And I wanted to make this collection." And he put like effort and passion into it. And his daughter wasn't even like he had his daughter, be able to color in some of them. So it was like a big process. And for him to add the fact that you could pay into it and give, I think there was a 20%, give back to the $1 billion cat team to get listed. So it's just you got to really plan for that, and I just don't think that this is going to be the same. But pretty cool though. I like the little I guess MP4 version of it.
Yeah. So it's a small collection again, which I think is stupid. I hate the small collections. I think minimum 5,000, 4,000 maybe, but 1,000, it's you just won't see it. So when you want it to be a high collection, so you can kind of see it when you go to the top 5 and stuff, right? Like that, you want to see it. Like let's bring up the top 50. Like if you're not gonna get a lot of volume. I mean, you might on like day 5, day 6, but after like day 10, you're probably gonna slip down. And what's gonna happen is no one's gonna see it to buy it. So I don't know. I think small collections are not the smartest form of deployment.
Yeah. Alpha Gamer says this new dog PFP project is the one that is connected to the plushie. Not sure what plushie is. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, it's like a little stuffed animal.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
It's the team that's doing the dog stuffed animals. They're the one that is pushing that out. So
interesting. Yeah, I see the plushie here. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's connected to a tangible product.
Yep. All right. So Spooky goes live on Launchpunks today. I don't know what time. Have they announced that yet? I'm not 100% sure. But if you guys go to their Twitter, the Launchpunks Twitter, you can kind of maybe. I should have checked it a little bit earlier, but
yeah. I'm asking the
I want to see if it's live. So no, there hasn't been a message yet. So if you go to their Twitter here, it says let's effing go. Tomorrow the revolution begins. It looks like they're a little bit behind. And I know Mark's in our chat, so Mark's gonna crack some heads to get this going today. And it might get delayed. That's kind of normal for TAP. But this is their website, launchpunks.com.
I mean, we got a walkthrough yesterday. Was it yesterday? And so we got a walkthrough, and this website's absolutely sick. I mean, in the back end dashboard and everything. So, I mean, there's a lot of parts, and as you can see, aesthetically, it's really, in depth. So I just got a message, and they said today in the next hour, Spooky should be live. So you shall see it hopefully in the next hour. But yeah, so speaking of that though, Spooky, you and I had some interesting thoughts that ended up kind of aligning together that Spooky, we got out of Ghosty because we knew Spooky was coming. Are you bullish on Spooky?
Yeah, no. I'm definitely bullish on the team. I'm bullish on those guys. Very bullish. I'm not bullish on the fact that they're giving 0.4 to each ghosty. So if you have one ghosty, you're getting 0.4 to Spooky. And then they're gonna obviously do this Launchpad and stuff like that. So they definitely need tokens for that end. So I don't know. It was just like it was BRC20, and then it was a tap token, and then they burnt the top 2 holders. They call them bots. They burnt the bots tokens, and then because they were just dumping every single day, which was killing the price. And now they're giving you 0.4 to become Spooky. So I'm definitely bullish in the future. This kind of annoys me a little bit that they're doing this, but I understand why. Like I'm
Yeah.
not stupid. I know this is how you succeed in the long run, but if you're a community part of that community, it's like you seems to be you're getting diluted for sure, but you're going to be able to get some VCs in this and some pretty big players in this as well. So
Yeah, and I think that's the approach here is to kind of hit that final reset, get it all on all like in order, but also now they're gonna have a swap with liquidity. So once this launch pad is finished and it's minted, or however they're trying to raise with this, the liquidity pool is going to be established on Taproot Swap. And if you go over there, you can see the liquidity pools, and obviously Tap is the strongest liquidity pool. But what this will do is this will start to rack up these new tokens with liquidity pools, right? So right now you have the strongest with Tap/BTC, then you have DMT BTC, but there's a pretty big drop difference. I think it's like 1.5 BTC value versus like 0.6. And then after that, it's a huge drop. So what you'll start to see is more established token liquidity pools come up, in my opinion. And so that's going to solidify Taproot Swap. So that's the vision. We'll see if it happens.
100%. I agree. Moving along here again. Binance pool is now live with FB merged mining, earning FB while mining Bitcoin. So this is Binance now. We know they're merge mining Bell's coin when they're mining their Litecoin and their Doge, and now they're doing it on the Bitcoin side as well with their mining FB. How big is this? And do you think FB gets a listing on Binance?
Man, I don't know. I got really bullish when I heard about the staking program with Bells, but it was a very small APR. But traditional people, like new people that onboard there, they might not care. 2% to them might be like, oh, that might be fine. But yeah, so I do think that they're gonna do something with these two UTXO tokens that they've been able to mine, right? I think that gives them a little bit of an edge. Obviously, FB, I'd give a little bit more of an edge just because Binance is one of their early investors. Well, at least from the Unisat side. I'm not sure from the FB side if they grew that investment, but they have some sort of connection there, right? So I do think something happens with both of them on Binance eventually, because if we remember from last cycle, when you're in the thick of it, the heat of the craziness, Coinbase and Binance were kind of listing away at stuff that seemed to be popular, right? So
yeah, I agree. I do. I think that does get listed on Binance. I think that was always the part of the plan. I just think they're waiting for, some hype to come, because they don't want to list this and the miners is just another place for them to dump, right? So, or they dump too. And then, but I do think FB, eventually curves the dumping, and eventually kind of there's more demand than there is sell pressure. So, but we'll see. It's still brand new. You got to remember, like, with RUNES, when RUNES came out, the 3 months after they launched, it was down only, and so I want to say August. So you're probably going to see something like that, very similar with FB. This might get down to like $2.50, $2 at some point before it starts making its resurgence back to potentially $30, $40 again. I could see that, this time next year for sure.
Yeah, I mean, last night FB definitely jumped up, and you could see it affected pretty much all the assets on the chain. It got all the way to $9. So I don't. Aren't they doing some sort of buyback as well? Is that what you think caused that jump up?
It was 200,000 FB. They said they're buying, but I think they already bought, because it did jump up when that announcement happened. But that could have been people just front running it, and they might not have bought yet. So right now, they have enough FB for Epoch 1, 2, and 3. So this other 200 FB was for Epoch 4, 5, and 6. So if they do Epoch 7, 8, and 9, they're gonna have to buy more. 9, 10, and 11, same thing, right? So they might have to continuously buy this off the market to be giving to the LP providers for the next epoch and stuff like that. So
Gotcha. If I mean, I'm hoping that like they can time that with like when the alt markets go crazy, because that would be perfect, right? Because then it could be contagious. The big problem is, people are saying miners are selling down these mineable UTXO tokens, which is Bells and FB. Bells has kind of curbed that with their having an epoch, but FB is kind of, they don't really have that right now, right? So we'll see. I am one of those in the boat that thinks that FB will join the ride once the alt market and the Bitcoin ecosystem assets do start to get hyper aggressive. But it might not be as hyper aggressive as some of the other ones, right? We'll just kind of have to see. But I think like it getting to $20 from right now that's a success, kind of how strong the sell pressure has been from the miner. So if they can get to $20 in the spring, that's okay, in my opinion, for the first run up.
Yeah, I agree. Spring, I mean, who knows, dude? Like, you might see some really good innovation. I mean, people haven't even like released their products yet, right? So we'll see. We'll definitely see, but yeah, but
Yep,
should be fun. And it looks like we're about to start Merlin Monday. So that should be fun. We're gonna have Jeff and a new team joining us today. We're gonna have a BTC .fun. And they actually came out with a tweet this morning with an announcement announcing our partnerships with OKX Wallet, which OKX Wallet, I don't know if you knew, but they're at wallet for OKX Wallet. Like that's pretty
their
dope.
How did
Yeah.
they get that? That's pretty
I don't
crazy.
know, but they're at wallet. So I was like, who's at wallet? And then I clicked it and it was the OKX wallet. And then the partnership is also with Xverse, Tomo Wallet, and Merlin Chain. So this is pretty big, huge announcement by BTC .fun. But yeah, let's kind of get into Merlin Monday. We can actually start by bringing up the banners here. So I think this is the one. Yeah. All right. So what is Merlin Chain, just for people out there brand new to the ecosystem?
Yeah, so Merlin Chain is a Bitcoin layer 2, and I would say it was the first Bitcoin layer 2 from this past year and a half that launched and started to bridge over Bitcoin layer 1 assets. You had, the BRC 420 assets that were bridgeable over. You had bitmaps. There's a lot of bitmaps on Merlin Chain. You have frogs, node monks, all puppets. So to be able to do that, to make them more flexible, and then also tokens as well, right? So you have Ordi, you have runes as well, Doggo to the Moon. So you can trade these assets, these Bitcoin layer 1 assets, on Merlin Swap, and it's the Uniswap style environment. And so the whole point is to make it more flexible, make it more user friendly, the UIs of the platform more user friendly, and people to have fun with these assets, which are very limited on Bitcoin layer 1, right? So that's a breakdown of what it is from a user perspective. I think from a builder perspective, it's very similar. It's like you want to build also on a layer 2. Merlin Chain's a great place to build because of the flexibility. And with Merlin Chain having the Bitcoin wallet integration with Particle Network, it's pretty seamless with that if you know how it works. We had to walk one of our community members through it, but as soon as we walked him through it and we explained how it worked, he was like, the light bulb went off, right? And he was like, oh, okay, I get it now, the smart account abstraction. So that's basically what Merlin Chain is, right? And it's in from a fundamental level, but they're also growing in so many different ways by onboarding, using ecosystems like Telegram to partner with, and other type of mini app style ecosystems. And one of the biggest points is regular people, unlike us, because we're not regular people. I'm not saying we're extra special, but we like this crypto world. We like Bitcoin. We like the Bitcoin ecosystem. But regular people, they don't care about what happens. They don't want to download like a MetaMask wallet and do these 4 steps. So that's kind of some of the approach too.
Yeah, and this new Telegram front end that they're kind of like pushing, right? It seems like all their builders are all aligned in this as well. So potentially using Telegram as front end, Merlin Chain as a back end, and the people onboarding are coming in. You're onboarding. They don't know if they're on blockchain. They just playing this fun little game and they're earning from it. So I think this is game changing. And I guess it's time to bring up the man himself. Let's bring up Jeff from Merlin Chain. Jeff, welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. Merlin Monday.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up? How have you been, sir?
Yeah, I just realized, like, why didn't I turn on the camera on the show? Because like I turned the camera on every other podcast.
Oh man.
Yeah, let me check the camera settings. Yeah.
Oh,
there you are.
There he is. What's up, buddy?
Hi, guys.
So you've been a busy man, traveling to different conferences, meeting with different ecosystems, really trying to build up the network of Merlin chain. Could you talk to us a little bit about what you've been to lately in terms of that, and then maybe what you guys have coming?
Yes. So I think the major narrative right now in the crypto ecosystem is, memes, of course, right? Everybody's doing memes. Something I cannot even imagine like a few weeks ago, now happening on all these chains. And I mean, right now, I think it's kind of FOMO. I think it's too FOMO. I see like lots of meme tokens with crazy, like, because I think Vitalik and CZ, they did like the D sign. I don't know if you guys know D sign, but every DGens are talking about D sign right now. They have like all kinds of algorithms. They have 1 + 1 = 3 meme song, and then 1 + 1 = 2 meme song. I think to me, I think it's too degen, to be honest. Like all kinds of like crazy things happening on the chains. But on the other hand, there are not much going on in the Bitcoin ecosystem, which is weird. So that is what I kind of experienced in the past few weeks. In Dubai, in Bangkok, everybody's trying to get some shares of memes. Everybody's talking about it. But when I talk to people about RUNES and BRC20, they're acting like I'm from last century. That's what happened in crypto. Like one day is like a year. That is something we say in Chinese. One day in crypto is like a year in the real world. So yeah. So I think memes are people are paying attention right now. Well, we're definitely doing something about this. We can talk about more details later.
Yeah. So the whole, Vitalik and CZ talking about all these, DeSci, decentralized science or whatever, and stuff like that, and people making memes of them. Do you feel like that's a top signal for memes, or do you feel like that energy is going to continue on?
I mean, there are two sides of the story here. Some people think it's just a start because the liquidity there is actually crazy. We talked to some trading bots today. We talked with them last week offline. The DEX got hacked. Probably some people know about this. Got hacked over like $600 million US. First, I thought that number was fake, but then I checked the data. It was kind of true. So people actually have $2 million, $3 million in the trading bot, which you don't even control the private key. You probably don't even have that amount in your central exchange, but you have this amount in your trading bots. That means we are full of liquidity right now. People are willing to do this kind of tradings. If you go to DEX Screener, if you go to gmgn.ai, you can see some whales, they just deposit millions of dollars to buy one token.
Yeah. Definitely. And you said something too about the RUNES ecosystem. And I agree with you up until I feel like the past like 2 days, where I feel like there's been a little bit of refocus on like Dog of the Moon. We saw Merle in October get added to the Kraken perps platform, Kraken Pro. And then now, like 3 days ago, Dog got added. And it's funny too, because someone commented on Kraken Pros, they're like, don't worry, Dog will be next. And it happened, like, after Merle. So after that, like 3-4 days ago, when that got announced, and then now other people are talking about, there's been like this boost up in the RUNES ecosystem. Do you think that continues? So it's kind of bringing memes and Bitcoin together. Do you think that narrative continues?
To be honest, I think 100%. I don't care if it's RUNES or BRC20 or Taproot assets or RGB or whatever. I think sooner or later people will realize, Bitcoin is the core narrative here. I think I saw a news today. There's a founder of a liquid fund saying, I think that he thinks assets should be created on Bitcoin because people trust Bitcoin. I think I saw some post, before, they're saying we should combine AI with Bitcoin. And also right now, AI is combined with meme coins, because people trust this network, from 15 years ago. So I do think, for the worst case scenario, the meme shifting will be happening in Bitcoin. The best case scenario is people realize the combination, of Bitcoin and memes can be something different. But that needs to be, worked. It needs to be pumped. It needs to be curated by all of us. So I think that will happen. But it depends on if you go that high or if you go that high. But it will happen.
Makes sense.
Or if you go that high, we can see it.
That's the
you
one
were
we
on
want.
for sure. You were on last week and you told us about these Telegram apps that are coming in November. Are we still on track for November? And how important is getting in early into these things?
Yeah. So I can make a bet here today. It will happen. The memes pump fund will happen in November. If it doesn't happen, I will lose a Bitcoin. To whoever's watching the show today. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, all these mini apps will happen. If not, I will add another Bitcoin. To whoever watching the show for Merlin Monday. But yeah, I mean, I can share some updates. Recently. First, I don't know if people are seeing this, but the Merlin Starter, they had the first IDO. In the past 5 months, they're doing the BMAP token. Basically, they're buying back the BMAP token on the DEX, and they're giving those tokens away for 50% off. So basically, it's free money. And you can see the price for BMAP token on layer 2 is always like 20 to 40% more than on layer 1. And also you can dump them, anytime, anywhere. So I think this will get more users to be attracted to BMAP token. And also the major mini apps coming this month will integrate BMAP token as their only token campaign. So it will be airdropped to more users. And when we say airdrop, we don't print those money. We buy these tokens from the market. You can see how many BMAP NFT on there too. You can see how many BMAP NFT are burned or staked, in the Merlin Phantom, and you can see how many tokens are minted. So there's no, like overprint. It's 1-to-1, and we're buying this back to get this idea spread out. So I think that is the first thing I need to share today. The second thing, I saw you guys are talking about BTC.fund. Yeah, so they basically announced their partnerships with us and also with OKX, Xverse Wallet, and Tomo Wallet. Tomo Wallet is a major wallet on Telegram space. So I never we didn't ship this months ago. I never think pump fund is something you can create so easily. The code is not hard at all. The hard part is to get the infras around this meme. So I mean, I can expand more things here. To me, I think what a good meme ecosystem is, you have 3 things. First, you have great narrative. That's why people believe in Solana memes. That's why people believe in Bitcoin memes. The second thing is you need all these infras, right? You need to have the bridges from all these kinds of chains to make sure people can deposit their liquidity. You need the DEX, that works like perfectly. You need a product that people don't worry about a rock. A lot of people haven't realized this. Pump fund changed everything because these whales are not afraid of rocks. Because before in Ethereum, you do memes, you never know like if they can soft rock or hard rock you. But for pump fund, people know for sure there's no rock. I mean, there's some meme tokens go to 0, but it's not rock. And the third thing is, I think 99.9% people don't realize this, is you need all kinds of builders to build around these memes. That's why you can see a lot of chains have their own memes or pump fund, but it doesn't work. So for example, like for all these memes tools, right? You need like website like GMGN. I think many people are using that to check all these data. If you go to gmgn.ai, you can see all these data are very, very transparent. They are very, very helpful for you to pick new assets, and it gives you what's the trending one right now. And also you need bots. You need people to deposit their money easily. You need to get the users from Web 2.5. They can open the app. They don't understand what's wallet, but they can open the app and they do the tradings on that. If you try these bots, you can see they're very, very like the centralized exchange app experience. And also you need different strategy for users to come in. So that's why all these bots are using KOL rebate. So all these KOLs are getting their followers to join the platform, to use the bots, to get on your chain, to buy your memes. So all of this needs to be prepared for a long time. We see a lot of people trying to do pump fund copycat on many chains and stuff. Most of them are not working because they're not putting resources and time and effort into this. So I'm pretty confident, we'll bring this in a different way on Merlin, and I'm very, very excited and looking forward to see this coming. And one more thing is, we're talking to a new, wallet or bot. Tomorrow we're talking to their funding teams. When I use their apps, it's crazy. The thing is, you go there, you see lots of chains. For example, you see a memes come up on Merlin. You click buy, right? But you don't have any money on Merlin. You have 0 gas, you have 0 Bitcoin, you have 0 Merlin on Merlin. You don't even feel that. You click buy and you got it. the reason is they're using your money on other chains like Solana. Like if you have stablecoin on BNB chain, if you have Sol on Solana, if you have TRX on Tron network, if you have anything on other chains, if you have WBTC on Arbitrum, doesn't matter. As long as you have money on any other chain, that will happen spontaneously. You don't need to worry about the gas, the bridge, whatever. It happens in 1 second. That is called, sorry.
I was gonna say, will it let you know which one they're gonna use?
Of course. So basically, you can put that, in the settings. So like, don't use my Solana because I believe that, right? Only use my, stablecoin, Bitcoin, or Ethereum. You can put that in settings. But when you click buy, you can see which fund you are using on what chain.
Wow.
So you can change that, or and the whole experience is so smooth. You don't even feel the thing. That is why VC are talking about, abstraction chain, abstraction layers, universal accounts. They're talking about this. And if you add this into trading bots, the users are going to be so easy to use, because having all this gas on all kinds of chains is paying the ass. I'm pretty sure people are not willing to put gas on Merlin chain. There are a lot of people who are not trying to do that. But even though they're from Solana and they see a great memes on Merlin, they can just click buy. And when their profits or loss, they can easily sell. Yeah,
I love that. I can't remember how many times from last cycle when I was really degenning hard that I was like, God, I gotta send such and such over to this chain now or whatever, because I was out of gas, right? But this is a universal solution to that pain point. So definitely can't wait to be able to test that and use that. So whenever they do that though, is there a little bit more security risk, or is it basically the same as, okay, so there is a little bit more. Okay.
Yeah, so I think that's why I think Merlin doesn't have didn't have any security issues before, even though we have the volume that I would say most chains like never have in their lifetime. So we are like looking into this very seriously. We are working with the teams that can be trusted, that can be trusted, and also we're all of course looking at the tech structure, but. If you guys or anybody else is trying to trade memes on Solana or BNB chain or Merlin in the future, please make sure you don't have like $1 million in your trading bot. When you have profits, just withdraw them to Coinbase, Binance, whatever, or your on-chain wallet. But we have to be very, very careful about that, because that is what happened when people lose money in bull market. Is all your profits are gone in one day.
Yeah. So definitely a part of kind of the maintenance and hygiene that Shizzy and I preach on our channel is just, if you come across a big win, you definitely want to send that to an isolated wallet that you don't interact anything with until you're ready to move that, either off ramp it or whatever, put it into a hardware wallet or whatever. But I agree. Like, I never have a ton in one wallet just because it makes sense not to do that, but
I mean, everyone's making profits. Just buy an isolated, MacBook or Ledger wallet, right? Just like
send it there. 100%.
And last thing is about the mini apps. So last thing is about mini apps. So we're testing them, we're using them. I'm using all of the apps from Merlin chain. Lots of them are really fun to use. Promise here. And we're working not only with Telegram, we are also working with TikTok. So, if you have TikTok in your phone, you can do this, crypto trading, meme trading on TikTok, which is pretty cool and degen, right? So we need to get the Gen Z, interested in crypto, in Merlin. Not many chains. I would say very, very few, probably two chains, 3 chains are promoting on TikTok. So Merlin will be like, the very first one to go there. And, for the record, my last company in Web2, we're doing metaverse apps, right? We get like 250 to 300 million users from TikTok. So we are very, very familiar with TikTok. Yeah. We're like the number one, in App Store in many countries like Brazil, which I don't even speak Portuguese, but so
maybe you should learn. I'm just kidding.
I should learn. Yeah, I should learn. Like lots of them, like our community are inviting me to Brazil at that time, but it's too far away. Anyway, so we're working with Telegram and TikTok. And I mean, I know people are not interested in these, applications right now because people are busy making money. But to me, I think, our goal is always looking at long term. We need to find the user from outside, out of Web3. We need to build some actual products people are willing to use every day. If we can build some products like that, I think, this ecosystem will stay, longer, because people never know when is the day that all memes got dumped, market goes to zero. But you need to have some like ground with actual users and applications. So yeah, I think that's the things I can share today about Merlin, what happens in the last a week or two.
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome.
Onboarding is the number one thing we need to do in crypto, and onboarding these TikTok, Gen Z, and onboarding some Telegram people is number one thing. And I think all founders of every chain should be really pushing it. I feel like you're on top of that. I mean, I didn't even know you could do Telegram apps until you said it to me, and then I started checking them out. And some of them are kind of fun. You can definitely earn from them, but it'd be really cool to see them as potentially BRC20s or runes in that aspect, even if they're on Merlin chain, would be absolutely awesome.
Yeah, because I think like if you look at like Solana, right? They are here for like over 4 years. So when people see what they're doing a great job right now, it's because they really work hard in the past 4 years. So Merlin just started this year. We have to look at long term. So people are saying, why, Jeff, like, why don't you launch a meme on Merlin? Why don't you launch a meme? Because like, the huge community are behind that. They're trying to buy these memes, whatever you launch. But we are very, very cautious. We didn't do anything in the past few months. But right now, I think we're ready to do it.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Excited.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. All right, Jeff. Well, thank you so much for those updates. Are you able to hang out with us for a little bit? We're going to bring up the next speaker, but if you have a next meeting, we understand.
Yeah, I don't have a next meeting, but it's kind of late. I have an early meeting tomorrow morning, so I'll probably hang out for a while. And
okay. Yeah, no problems. Yeah, just fall off whenever you need to go. But let's welcome up our next guest, which we're really excited about, is Felix, which is the I believe a co-founder, but I know for a fact in charge of marketing for BTC.fun. So let's welcome Felix to the stage. Felix, how are you doing today?
Oh. Hey, Yagobi, hi Shizzy. How are you? I'm doing good. I just got off from last meeting. Yeah, I just listened to Jeff's wonderful talk about the meme coins and what's the next step for the Merlin chain.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. We're super excited about BTC.fun. Obviously it's a pump fund kind of model, but there's major differences, I believe, because Shizzy and I know how it works. But if you could, in a simple way, explain what BTC.fun is to our audience.
Yeah, sure. So thank you for having me here to talk a little bit about BTC Fund and how we are changing the game of BTC assets. So yeah, basically, as you said, BTC.fun is a meme coin launchpad. It's kind of a pump fund model for BTC native assets like RUNES and BRC20s. And on our platform, like pump fund, everyone can launch their own BTC tokens very easily. Yeah, just with a simple click. You can see the button deployed on layer 2 is coming soon. And yeah, so what we are doing is basically all tokens on layer 1 that the people like inscribe and add edges on layer 1, we will bridge them to layer 2 for minting and trading. Like different from high gas fees on layer 1, like you pay a lot of gas fees on layer 1 to mint RUNES and BRC20s, and the gas fees goes to the miners, and then they dump their BTCs, right? And on here, actually you pay minting fee to join the game. So it's minting fee, it's not like the very high gas fee. So if the mint process is completed with a like certain goal of fundraising, and all minting fees you pay will go to a liquidity pool as your access liquidity. And otherwise, say if the mint process is not completed, completed, it fails to meet the goal. So you will get a refund of all your minting fees. So basically, I think it's a very big upside, but very limited downside for all users. And if you mint on BTC.fun, so I think it's quite the biggest difference we have from the layer 1 process and also from pump fund. Because I think if you use pump fund, you will be very confused about its pre-market stuff. So it's kind of like player versus player, and it's all like pre-market trading, and the price is bounded on the curve. but you may suffer from the loss, or you may gain from the trading. So very much inside information. But on BTC.farm, it's more like a IGO process. So it's a fundraising process, and the price stays all the same before it launches. And if the launch is successful, you get active liquidity. If the launch fails, you get your refund. Yeah, that's pretty simple and easy.
Yeah, I think you did a great job explaining it, but just want to make sure I have it clear here for the audience. So you're going to be launching on Merlin first. We know that, Shizzy and I have talked to you before, but you know, you're bringing the free and fair mint principles from Bitcoin to Bitcoin Layer 2 on Merlin. But then once that meme token is minted out, the fees that people are paying, like they would do on Layer 1 to mint a token, they're doing it on Merlin. Those fee costs or mint costs are going to form a liquidity pool that gets sent to Merlin Swap once the mint is over, and then they can start degen trading that way, correct?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And if the mint doesn't mint out, so my question for that is there a time, kind of a default timeline that you guys have, like 24 hours or 48 hours, and then you refund the people if it doesn't mint out, or what does that look like?
So actually, there is no default timeline. So users who launch the token can set the timeline themselves. Like if you want people to be formal, like if you want this process to be really quick, you can set it to maybe like just 10 minutes or 1 or 2 hours. But if you want this process, you know, can be longer, and you can be patient about the assets, and you can show the assets, you know, for longer time, you can set it maybe to several days. Yeah. So it can be different.
So basically, whoever launches the token gets to decide that.
Yes.
Got it.
So the two big takeaways that I'm getting from this, two big differences from you guys from the normal pump fund models would be, you guys are using BRC20s and runes. So when I go to your site, I'm either doing a BRC20 or a rune. And the other big differences as well is there's no trading until it's on the DEX, which I think these are actually really, I mean, obviously the Bitcoin and runes, the BRC20 and rune stuff is huge, but then the fact that you're not doing any trading until it's on the DEX, I think these are two really big, changes that I love.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the main difference, and we think it's more suitable for the model on Bitcoin, and it's also, you know, more friendly for the Bitcoiners.
Yeah. And one of the things that I think is going to happen from this is, first, you guys are doing the same mint process that we're used to on Bitcoin Layer 1 with runes and BRC20. So, you know, we try to mint as much as we can. So that's a comfortable kind of transition for the Bitcoin Layer 1 fungible token people. But then you also have the degen style swap after it hits the mint out, I guess you will. And you already have a liquidity pool there, and that satisfies the Solana and Ethereum degen. So now, like, you have both of these kind of coming together, and I think this is going to be amazing, because like the Solana degens, the thing that they miss out on is the free and fair mint process that we go through on Bitcoin, and the thing that the guys on Bitcoin miss out on is the fast liquidity pool swaps. So this is like bringing best of both worlds together, and I think that this is going to do amazing. But we'll see.
Yes, like you said, I think there's a very huge gap between Bitcoin ecosystem and Solana ecosystem. Like you said, many Solana degens, they are quite, suffering from the very competitive trading scheme in Solana. And I have seen a lot of projects, they're moving from Solana to runes. Like they move their meme coins, they bridge them the meme coins, even they move their house onto Bitcoin. And also for Bitcoin, for Bitcoiners, I think they are quite interested in Solana game. Like Jeff just said, like Solana, memes on Solana is like it's different every day. So from some animal concepts to AI memes to now designs, like every day is different, every day is new. But for Bitcoiners, it seems to be like very quiet recently. So I think people are looking forward to this kind of product and this kind of mint and trading game on Bitcoin. So yeah, that's what we're thinking of, and that's our philosophy.
Okay, so if I want to launch a meme coin with BTC.fund, what steps would I take?
So basically, we offer two different ways for you to launch your own token. So firstly, if you are very familiar with how to launch a token on layer 1, you can launch on layer 1, like you can inscribe or add it on layer 1, and you can bridge your tokens yourself to our contract, and we do a contract check to check the legitimacy of your tokens if they are like 100% bridged into layer 2 to ensure it's free and fair. And if you are not quite a guru on layer 1, you can just use our product to launch your token just with one click. So you can type in your token information, as in your photos, like your logo and your name, and like some numbers like the total supply and price and the timeline for mint. And we will automatically deploy your token on layer 1 and bridge them to layer 2 100%. Yeah. Nice. So there are two different ways, and it depends on like which way you are more familiar with.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yep.
You know, Shizzy and I were talking. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. So I'll have the opportunity to pick a BRC20 or a Rune. You'll have the one or the other.
Sorry, excuse me.
So I'll be able to go on the site, right? And I type in my ticker. Do I get to pick? Is there a box I check for a BRC20 or a Rune?
No. So yeah. So actually, I think you can just type in the information that you need to put on our platform, and if it is a BRC20 and if it's a RUNES, I think their names are totally different. But we don't put it on the front face of the product. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you'll be able to know basically, you know, for RUNES, you're gonna have to obviously put the 13 character ticker versus the 4 or 5 ticker for BRC20. So cool. So this all sounds awesome and fun. Like I want to launch a bunch of meme tokens today, but you know, that leads to my next question. When do you think this platform will be on mainnet?
Yeah. So yeah, many people are asking me in our community, but. So let me do a brief introduction about our next steps and the timeline. So basically, in this week, we're going to launch our first test token, as I say, on Twitter, and so you can interact with us on Twitter, or you can hold some certain native BTC assets on layer 1 and layer 2 to get our airdrops. And what's more is you can use our Telegram mini app, which is coming soon, to get some airdrops of the test token. And once we have all the airdrops of test token down, we're launching our product and the test token like in maybe 1.5 weeks. So at the end of this month. Yeah, so that's the basic timeline, and we're launching our the airdrop campaigns and our Telegram mini app maybe in this week. Yeah.
Perfect. So we should probably expect something. I would say probably towards the end of this month, early December, then for getting closer to that mainnet launch is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Yes. So for the first version, it's basically a beta version, but it's on mainnet, and so we are only launching our test token for users to go through the whole process of the BTC.farm, how to mint, how to trade, and maybe you will get a refund, but I don't hope that happens. But yeah, after this test token, maybe 1 week after, we will open the access to deploy your own tokens on there too. Yeah.
Amazing.
Awesome. And guys, we will update you guys, of course, as always, in terms of how to, do the steps of launching your own token. We'll create a tutorial and, also give you guys information on the airdrop as well for you guys. So watch out for those announcements from BTC.Fund's X account as well as the Ordinal Revolution brand account. But
Yeah, can I jump in for a while?
yeah,
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm not, in bed yet, but I listened to the whole conversation. So I think, guys, whoever's watching, I think just do not have so high hopes on the first launch. I'm not saying, it's going to be bad. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be tremendous by Donald Trump. but the thing is, we're trying to, to show the possibility of lots of things. Is Bitcoin assets, fit for this kind of pump fund style, right? Are people from other ecosystems are going to learn and enjoy this, Bitcoin assets? Are they going to enjoy these narratives? Are the trading bots, have already tested on other chains can be used for Bitcoin assets? Are the centralized exchange going to, see this, respect this, and list, some of them? Perhaps when these assets are launched, is Merlin chain strong enough, to take all these volumes? I think all these kinds of questions are, question mark in my mind right now. But I think, for the first, few weeks, few months, we're trying to see these possibilities. Are these going to be proven on Merlin chain? So yeah, I don't think, if you want to make, $1 million, probably come back later. But, if you're a pioneer, if you're, very, very active in Bitcoin systems, have faith, on layer 1 and also on layer 2s, feel free to try. And, with all these mini apps from Telegram, like all of these things, we're trying to do some experiments. That's what we, did before with RESTful 20, right? Because like, can we put a video there for assets? Can we do a 3D model? So we are always, very, very enthusiastic for testing, for new experiments. So yeah, that is the one thing I want to add here.
awesome.
That was perfect. Yeah.
Yep. I think that's a good, try to set the expectations here. I'm still super excited about it because of bringing that fair and, free and fair mint in a place other than layer 1 Bitcoin, because we were kind of forced to do it, but we ended up loving it, in the beginning. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, did you have anything else for Felix? Shizzy, or you good?
I'm good.
Okay. Awesome. All right, Felix, we want to say thank you so much for taking out your time of your busy day. We know you guys are super, super busy trying to get ready, but, we hope to see you soon in the future on another episode of Merlin Mondays. I know that will probably be further down, closer to when you all launch, but you're always welcome here.
Yeah, thank you, Yagobi and Shizzy, for having me here to talk a little bit about our product. And yeah, we will let you know our updates.
Awesome.
And please look forward to our launch. Yeah.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
We will. Can't
All
wait.
right. Thanks, Felix. Take it easy. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
See you, bud. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Pump fun on Merlin using BRC20s and RUNES assets. It got Jeff excited, and it takes a lot to get Jeff excited about stuff. He's excited about onboarding. He's excited about this. So definitely looking forward to what BTC.Fund really brings to the table here. Can't wait to start playing with it, messing around with it. I'm lucky enough already to be messing around with the testnet. They gave me the link for it and stuff like that. So I'm sure they're gonna make it open to public soon. But as you can see, I can go to cheese and I can get some cheese.
Get some cheese.
But it's kind of fun already. It's different, right? It's definitely different.
I actually like that Jeff came in and kind of set the table. You know what I mean? Says,
yeah,
hey, look, expectations for this. He's excited, but he doesn't want to overhype it. But for me, I just love the free and fair mint part coming to like a layer 2. We've never seen that, So we're gonna see if people that are familiar with Base or Solana or Ethereum will like it in the setting, because I think that people from our space will like it because it's gonna be faster and stuff. So we'll definitely have to see, and that's the fun part of innovation is actually messing with stuff and trying to break it. So
yep.
Awesome. Well, we have 2 more guests that are below, and we're going to bring up our next guest here, which is here every week, and we appreciate it. He's super dedicated to building on Bitcoin and especially, building on Merlin. So let's welcome up Mr. J from Unicross to the stage. What's up, Mr. J?
What's up, buddy?
Yo, what's up, guys? How are you?
Good.
Man.
How are you doing?
Good. I'm super bullish listening about BTC Pump Fun, and I kind of knew about this a while ago, and it kind of dawned to me like we can't like you said just now. We actually did interact with a lot of other chains previously, and what really drew us into Bitcoin is that everything is free and fair. And I think going not free and fair, sorry, like fair launch. Going into like the mindset of other users and just looking at how other ecosystems are running their mints right now, it is kind of like a very different kind of experience. And then like I'm sure when they come and experience it on Bitcoin, once you break down that barrier that, oh my god, this asset is like 90 grand, and how much do I have to spend for gas? Is it going to be very expensive to actually buy anything on Bitcoin? That's all going to be dispelled when you're on like Merlin, because it's sort of this psychological thing where a lot of people think something's really expensive and they don't really go into and understand the ecosystem. So getting started on Merlin and learning more about Bitcoin assets and the whole like culture of fair launches, I think that's going to be a very good main drive for people outside the ecosystem. Like we all in the ecosystem, we already know about like fair launches. It's something that we really do like. You don't get that kind of like experience on a lot of chains, even for like things that they say they're fair launch. On Bitcoin, everybody has to pay those fees together. There's with RUNES, there is pre-minting, but generally stuff that is already pre-minted with very high percentage or even any percentage at all, that's kind of like people in our ecosystem, we know like, oh, that's not something that we actually vibe with. It's more of like everyone gets a fair start. So yeah, I'm very excited for BTC Fun. I think they're gonna do really fun things together with the Bitcoin community and beyond.
Yeah, we didn't talk about this much, but they are starting on Merlin, which I think is really good because, like I said, Merlin was the first over the past year and a half of the Bitcoin layer 2s to really be innovative and bridge assets over. But BTC.Fun has plans to kind of put their footprint in other places on other Bitcoin layer 2s, possibly Solana, possibly Base as well. And so everybody's going to be able to experience this. So if this is successful on Merlin, we could see, degen trading have a new way of doing it, because people are going to be able to say down the line, like let's say a year and a half from now, if this is on Solana or somewhere else as well, they can say, oh man, I actually minted that token. And that just isn't vocabulary that's said on those other chains other than Bitcoin.
Yeah, and then you think about it, like for Bitcoin assets, they're on Bitcoin, that's like another layer of value. But what's more important is the UI and user experience. If you don't have that user experience, then they can't come from the pub and stay for the fun. So I think innovation is very important here. And you don't see a lot of this on like actually you don't even see this on Bitcoin layer 2s. Like I think I said this last week that I think Jeff really knows how to innovate from like BRC 420s to bitmaps to like Merlin, and now moving on to Telegram and bringing together like the partners building on Merlin to go to Telegram. I think that's really cool. Yeah, and talking about bitmaps as well, like I noticed recently like there's a lot of talk about bitmaps.
I smile about it because like Shizzy was bearish on bitmaps like a week ago, telling everybody it's not something that I'm confident in, and then he's kind of switched his tune up a little bit the past couple of days, huh?
Well, it's mainly because of the coin, right? I'm not bullish on the ordinal at all. I'm bullish on the coin, but how do you get the coin? You gotta use Merlin Phantom, which is through Unicross.xyz, and it's 1 to 10,000. So I get 10,000 tokens for every bitmap that I put in, and that is what got me bullish. And the fact that Merlin Starter is doing a campaign for it. There's rumors of potential exchange listing maybe in the future. It's that part of it definitely got me bullish, and on top of people like Foxy and stuff like that building on it got me bearish because people like Bitmap Valley seem to left, and other places, other builders seem to left building on it. But then you add the aspect of token and tokenomics and that whole game that got me excited for sure.
Yeah, like throughout these times, you can see like who's actually building for Bitcoin and who's actually persisting and staying true to like the whole Bitcoin and the Bitcoin community. I hope people can see that. And there's one thing that you really have to understand, that Bitmaps has a lot of holders, but holders are not enough. When you're talking about like exchange listings and stuff like that, it's not just like who holds, how many people hold it. You're also talking about trading volume. This is one thing about runes as well that we're kind of seeing, is that although we can be very loud and we can be very like can have a lot of high conviction, but it's actually trading volume that gets the exchanges twerking their ears, perking their interest. So trading volume on Bitcoin itself can be quite tough, just because that you don't have these kind of like quick trading tools or like quick trading scripts. So a lot of these volume, it kind of like needs to happen before a listing, and I can't think of a better way than to do it on a Bitcoin layer 2 for a number of reasons. One being that fees are much lower. You can do a lot more trades at the same time. And then there's also the fact that on Bitcoin layer 2s, you do have like smart contracts for the most of them. So these allow for like more sophisticated trading and also more high volume trading. So it's with these things that I would say makes me even more bullish about Bitcoin layer 2s. There's a lot of attention right now, but people need to have this space where they have a lot of very mature tools and infrastructures, and more advanced tools and infrastructures to actually make a lot of trades, make a lot of better informed trades. You hear about like GMGN AI, and that's actually a platform that's really, really good. You get to see everything. They analyze every single thing, and it's just much more easier to do this on other chains than it is to do on Bitcoin. So I'm not like discounting Bitcoin layer 1 right now. I'm just saying that assets should definitely be created and stored on Bitcoin layer 1. But when you really want to scale it up until there is a better consensus in the Bitcoin community on like OPCAT or stuff like that, the best way to move forward with this is to do it on Bitcoin layer 2. And if you want to experience it for yourself and you don't have assets on Bitcoin layer 2 like Merlin, you can use Unicross and bridge them over if you like.
Yeah, and I think that once Bitmap token does get listed on exchanges, I think people are going to circle back around, and some of them want people that might have been a little disgruntled with Jeff back in the day. They're going to be thankful because now you have a strong demand, because Bitmap token market cap right now is $140 million. So if it gets added to a tier 1 exchange or just like multiple exchanges, it's going to be heavily traded in this bull run in terms of perps and stuff as well. Then you create a strong demand for Bitmap at that point. Maybe the bridge gets opened back up. I don't know what happens, but all I'm saying is people are going to be grateful because now the demand for Bitmaps go up and floor prices jump up on layer 1 as well. So
yeah, it's always like the starting part is really hard. People want to see you have some results, but you kind of need like support to have results. So when you can't get like a lot of support, you just have to just do it and make people see what you can do with it. That's what I've been, something that I've learned these past few months, trying to build even more things, and it's all about like people want you to prove yourself. So once you have proven yourself in the, I would say the first stages, that's like when everything pops off, and then they come back and say, oh, you know, we should have supported you in the beginning, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, it's kind of just the process of the journey, like you said. But we've talked a lot about, you know, Merlin chain, BTC.fun, and you know, this bitmap token. And that definitely has you do that, by the way, if you're gonna convert your bitmap into the bitmap token through Phantom, which is on Unicross. And Mr. J is a co-founder of Unicross. So other than the bitmap token and that getting a lot of attention with Merlin Phantom, what else is going on with Unicross?
So as we mentioned previously, we are building the Telegram mini app, and since this is our first time building it, there's a lot of things that we have to learn ourselves, and a lot of changes has to be made. And we're also updating ourselves on the general ecosystem and also the wider ecosystem to see where can Unicross best launch our, I would say, services or product, and where can we best find our market fit and expand further beyond our capabilities right now.
Gotcha. So really kind of focusing on being that infrastructure application for bridging, for converting layer 1 assets that are becoming layer 2 assets into like tokenizing them, and then also where kind of finding your way in this kind of mini app world of, you know, making it easy to onboard Web 2 people or just normies. Is that kind of sound right?
Yeah. So also like because BTC, like what we see right now are just a lot of memes. There's actually a lot more. You get to see like a lot of these red Bitcoin is getting more attention on different chains. You do have like Coinbase who have come up with their own version of red Bitcoin. Telegram also has their red Bitcoin coming out on it's already on testnet right now, and it will be on mainnet you know, when they're ready. So for us, we're kind of like observing and taking notes, and also getting ourselves more familiarized with how liquidity flows in the Bitcoin Fi and the wider ecosystems of Bitcoin, Bitcoin as an asset, and also Bitcoin assets. So we see a lot of people wanting to bridge to Solana with mixed results. I would say it's more of like, do you really need to have it there, and do you have a marketing plan for that? So there's a lot of things going on with Bitcoin and Bitcoin assets, and I would assume that there would be so much more as we get these Binance perp listings and also Binance spot listings probably to come. I don't know, but there's definitely a stronger interest in ordinals right now than we experienced in, I would say, the beginning of the year. So there's a lot of tools that's not built yet for Bitcoin assets, and a lot of infrastructure that can be built and improved. So this is one of the aspects that we are currently focusing on, which is more of like R&D.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's a tough statement to say because last January, I mean, I think everyone was over the moon bullish, but I do believe you. I do believe that, you know, people are gonna get really excited for ordinals and runes right now. I do think, you know, we're in this meme society right now, and I do think that it's going to change. I think, you know, it's only going to be fun for a little while longer, and then you have things like BTC.fun coming into the mix and giving the people on Bitcoin and layer 2s that aspect of as well, and then we're going to flow into more of a Bitcoin, you know, society instead of a runes one. So I definitely agree. I mean, instead of a meme
Dude,
coin
we
society.
have like, we have runes which are like, you know, you can make a
Yeah.
whole string of like words, right? That's like how meany can you
With
be?
sentences on
And
the
this is
blockchain.
like
Yeah.
hard coded.
Short sentences.
Yeah, you go to like Pump Fun, they have like all these tickers, and they kind of have like longer names as well. So when you think of like Bitcoin, like there's just so many memeable content that can be made from like so many characters. So definitely the best memes are going to be on Bitcoin.
Hell yeah.
I agree. I agree. Well, Mr. J, it's been amazing having you on. You know, you're definitely consistent and you show up pretty much every Merlin Mondays, and we thank you for your time. We know you're super busy. Any last words you have for the audience before I let you go?
Always to say similar, I would say. Make Bitcoin fun again, and let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Go. Let's go.
All right,
Thank you, Mr. J.
We'll see
All
you
right,
next week.
cheers. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yep. Always great to have Mr. J on. For the audience that don't know Mr. J, we go pretty far back, as far as back as almost as we've been in the space, right? So I know we've known him for at least a year and a half. I met him in person in Singapore when I went to Token 2049 or Inscribing Singapore, and you know the guy's just really dedicated to building in the space, and so you got to appreciate that. That's for sure.
100%. Yeah, definitely. Looking forward to more and more of that. I mean, you know, they have the Merlin Phantom, they have the bridge, they have, you know, the marketplace. I mean, they're building so much over there, and I don't think people really realize. You guys need to head over to Unicross.xyz and just check out the. I mean, it's progressing. Like it's like every couple months, it's like, you know, and now with this Telegram app, I mean, I definitely think that Mr. J is going to be very successful, and I think Unicross is probably going to be one of the top projects over there for sure.
Yeah,
for a long time.
Yep. And I think this next stage for Merlin Chain is going to be huge with the Telegram apps, the BTC.fun, and then you know you got multiple like Bitcoin Layer 1 builders, and our next guest is a Bitcoin Layer 1 builder as well. Most of you guys are familiar with him. He is the guy that brings the most energy to the show, I would say, Mr. Fonzie. Let's bring him up to the stage. What's up?
Yo, GM, I was scared, guys. I was afraid. I was like, I'm not gonna make it. It was horrible. And then I come to Airbnb, horrible Wi-Fi. Turns out I'm using the wrong Wi-Fi. Now we're back up and running. We got
Fonzie from Ordinal Hive with us. Fonzie, for the audience that isn't familiar with you or Ordinal Hive, could you kind of break down what Ordinal Hive is to the audience here?
Of course. So I think in very simple language terms, like we built a sort of very good foundation for a professional trading protocol for high volume traders who want to trade Ordinals, right? Ordinals on Bitcoin base layer itself, and there is a strategy that we also are involving the L2 component. So you know, it's why we're here on Merlin Chain itself. We do believe showing the L2 counterpart would be used eventually, especially as you gear towards a sort of higher transactional sort of environment on the base layer itself. But like a lot of it is geared towards, you know, providing the tooling necessary for traders to kind of optimize and make trades. And you know, I think when you see, you know, kind of Michael Saylor buying additional, you know, what is it, 100 like thousand Bitcoin or something, some crazy number. Like he already has like 30. He's close to BlackRock. Like he has almost as much as BlackRock, which is insane. But when you have that sentiment and you have that sort of feeling, you'll eventually see kind of that liquidity come back into the Bitcoin eco. And for us, is to make sure we have the best platform possible for these traders to kind of like not only perform trades, but you know, optimize their profits and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. You know, that was the main goal I remember from the beginning, to give really tools and data to, like you said, high volume traders, give them the edge. And that's for everybody like that, you know, can learn how to trade. And that's what your platform was intended for. Do you feel like you guys are still on that same trajectory of like, you know, adding tool sets? Maybe I know you're adding snipe protection, but are you kind of still for that advanced trader, or would you say like the everyday trader can utilize your tools?
Yeah, so I think for us, like there is something to say about like specific individuals wanting to have, you know, tooling, right? There's a specific subset of individuals who enjoy that sort of like kind of complexity to the trading environment. At the same time, in order for us to onboard like next, you know, million users, we have to make it so that it's very simplified. It's for the average person, right? So there is a play, right? There's a play for us to kind of like expand on that there to get like the next individuals, to get like the next 100,000 million people who come to Ordinals, to like the ecosystem itself, to use our platform, right? And make it super easy for them to use. At the same time, make it so, you know, people who want to maximize trades, who want to perform specific things can do so, right? And so like we have an intended roadmap itself where we want to kind of add more stuff to it. And, you know, a couple of items will be launched this month of November, and then a couple more in December, and it will be slowly fleshing out a couple more as well. But the idea is to give them like, you know, kind of an advantage over any other kind of trader out there. And it involves creating that specific tools, right? So like kind of we talked about last time about options. There's a couple other things that we'll probably end up doing as well, and I think a lot of it will definitely help grow the ecosystem as a whole.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. And like the kind of like the best part about you guys, man, is like what I don't have to go to OKX and make sure I'm getting the best price. I don't think Magic to make sure I'm getting the best price. I can go to Ordinal Hive and make sure I'm getting the best price available for the Node Monkey or the Puppet or whatever I want to buy. You guys are a one-stop shop, and then I can buy it on your site as well. So I don't even need to go. I'm getting the best prices, and I'm using one site. It's definitely needed in the space. You can do this in other places, but not here on Bitcoin. And I think it's about time that we got something like this.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the aggregation, the aggregator itself. Like we've seen the sort of just the entire market being fragmented, right? Different marketplaces existing, different sub items out there. So it's very difficult to understand like what's being out there, what's priced, what's like being listed at the lowest price possible. If you go to Magic, you think they have a floor price, but OPX have some floor prices on some specific collections. There's other marketplaces that might have like a floor price on theirs, right? So for us, aggregation is quite important as well, and the mempool too, right? We're on Bitcoin, so that sort of real-time data, real-time analysis is going to be very, very important for the average trader. And so, like, we want to make sure we optimize for them. You can buy directly. You can literally buy listings directly from Magic to our platform. You can also you'll be eventually able to list them through our platform to different platforms and so forth. And the idea is create that one-stop shop, that sort of pro trading suite for these traders, and kind of expand from there.
Yep. And so I'm showing your dashboard right now, and one of my favorite parts is the activity. So if I click on activity here, this kind of shows me like what in the market is hot, right? So you can see like a bitmap sold 18 minutes ago. You see Runestone sold 18 minutes ago. But if you take the top 10, to me, bitmap is kind of back in season, and you can see right here from just the analytics. Is that kind of a way to use this?
Yeah, absolutely, and it's actually going to get faster. So we do have the next update, which would be like you'll see directly what's in the mempool. So what's being trained in the mempool itself, the kind of data that's coming out in the mempool, which is very, very important. So that kind of live action is actually very crucial, right? So like you'll see real time, like okay, people are purchasing this amount of bitmap, right? This stuff here. So maybe I should like there could be a play for this here. So there's different avenues to sort that out. And I think that's like I think we've tested ours against others, and ours is actually pretty fast. It's about 2 to 10 seconds faster than what's out there, and a lot of it's inspiration from GeoData. Like they do something very well with like RUNES. At least they know what's in the map, what's being cooked, and so for us, kind of showcasing that real time sort of analysis that traders can actually engage with and maybe make a profit trade off as a result of that.
Yep. And that's kind of how the Ordinals, ecosystem works, is that like you'll see traders start to pick up and buy a certain collection, and then that collection's hot for like 48 hours, and then all of a sudden it's not. So it's good to have this type of data to see the trend pick up and then get in, get out. I mean, that's the trader mentality, obviously, right?
Yeah. Exactly, and sure, it's like 10-minute block times, but we'll see like I think there's like I think Magic rolling out the snipe protection and other stuff. Like we'll end up seeing the end of sniping as it is. I mean there would still be some form of like sniping here and there, but like I think we're going towards a sort of ecosystem. We're going towards a trading environment that's akin to like Ethereum, that's akin to like the same experience you have with Solana, which is good, right? Like you want that, you want to mimic those experiences because those are optimal at the end. So it's about like how can you creatively display that specific listings data? How can you get the tooling onto a platform that sort of helps the traders, improves their game, improves like their bag holdings, and kind of give that holistic overview of the market itself.
Yeah. Perfect. I know that we've had conversations about you guys bringing like the aggregation approach to Merlin Layer 2, and you've that's something that's I believe down the pipeline. But like you said earlier, you guys do feel like once Bitcoin Ordinals ecosystem becomes like extremely mainstream and popular, kind of like the apes and stuff were with Ethereum last cycle, then people are gonna be more attracted to the cheaper gas prices and stuff. So being able to do this on Merlin is important. So is that your approach for aggregation on Merlin as well, as to have that ready?
Yeah, yeah. So we'll have that ready by the time we phase 2 is like pretty much done. So like that'll be the next kind of like thing in the roadmap itself. It's aggregating everything on the L2 site, right? So aggregation across the board there is also very important. And so people like have the same like visibility, right? The same listings. You'll see them across different marketplaces. And as you said, right, it's like a faster trading environment. It's a lot cheaper to trade too. In addition to that, you'll end up seeing like arbitrage opportunities, right? You'll see opportunities for like specific assets selling for less on L1. You can sort of push that over selling on L2 and make a profit, or vice versa, right? So like you'll see those specific plays kind of pan out as a result of like sort of the liquidity on L2 side of stuff. But for us, it's like positioning ourselves for that eventually.
Yep. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Shizzy and I, like, we're constantly, trying to figure out new projects that are coming to different ecosystems, especially relating to the Bitcoin ecosystem. And we know that there's people building over here on Merlin, and we think that the ordinal activity is definitely going to pick up probably here in the next 3 months. So that's definitely something to be excited about. So, anything else that I guess you have for the audience in terms of Ordinal Hive, what they should be looking out for layer 1 or layer 2 coming up, I guess, here in the next month or so?
So tomorrow, actually, this week we'll be launching a sort of on the specific platform itself. There'll be a dashboard. On a dashboard, there'll be referral codes that you can sort of share with your friends to get them onboarded. They can use your referral codes and you'll get points for that itself. There'll also be a section, and then that's part of a rewards program itself. So like you'll be able to kind of share on the rewards, get points for that, and we'll kind of discuss what the points get you at the end, and also like the rewards that you'll kind of share like revenue, all this stuff. So we'll get that done this week. So keep in mind that's happening. So you can like refer your friends, refer people, gain points, visibility, and there'll be also a section if you're like a trader, if you're like kind of trade a lot, if you're a high volume trader, you can also get points boost by just filling up a form. So just follow that form, fill it out with the information and stuff, and then we'll reach back to you. But prepare for that itself, and then secondly to that too, prepare for like the real-time data around the mempool. Other things we're rolling out that involve the mempool itself. We see like what kind of like a couple of the platforms have done, which is fantastic. I think one of the cool best tools out there is like mempool.space, right? Like seeing that visibility, seeing every single block, which is really good. At the end, and Magic Pool is another like great resource too. So like incorporating some of those elements into our platform is something that we kind of are also like having a play for. So expect those things to happen during this phase 2, gradually like kind of shift these updates, and then from there like we'll have the Merlin play as well. So on the Merlin site itself, we're going to work closely with another project, as you may know, from Mr. J Unicross, to kind of facilitate training up there, and also incentivize users who are using merchants actively to kind of like not, instead of having your assets sit idle, you put them to work, right? Put them to use and stuff. So like we'll also be kind of doing that in conjunction. So prepare for those couple of things. Like I think we're in a really good time towards the end of November, like following December itself, and we'll only see price action go up.
Hold up, you just said my assets, my wallet don't have to sit idle. I'll be able to do something with them. That's like the worst thing for me. I hate having stuff that I can't stake and I can't earn on. And you're gonna give me that opportunity to potentially earn on my assets?
Yep. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Wait, like ordinal assets and stuff?
Ordinal assets, and eventually we'll have the player runes as well.
Oh,
I
like it.
Is this breaking news here? Because this is the first time I've heard you say this.
I think so. I think it's breaking news. Right.
Yeah. That's awesome, guys. Like that. So TVL will be coming to Bitcoin. Obviously, it's already here with Fluid, but like this is another example of that. So, oh man, Fonzie, you always lighten up our day. You come in with that positive energy. So we appreciate you, sir, spending time with us. And I know you were like trying to crunch in time and get to your Airbnb. So we appreciate you making it.
No, of course. I always love being here at 7. Again, love co-hosting too. So whenever you guys see co-host, let me know.
Hell yeah. Appreciate that.
I would love to have you on together, like all 3 of us. That would be a really fun one. So,
I'm down.
Kind of like right now.
There we go.
Well,
That's right.
like
That's
a full,
right.
like a full episode, like
Yeah.
talking about the news and stuff. That'd be cool.
I think MicroStrategy, like they announced they're buying more Bitcoin. I think Poland, like one of the guys who's running for like, the prime minister of Poland, like he's like, yeah, I'll have a Bitcoin reserve. So people are mimicking like, you know, the US kind of reserve size. And I think that's always good. There's something to say about the custody, self custody. I think people like don't understand that. Yeah, I think most of the holdings, most of MicroStrategy's holdings are in Coinbase, I believe.
Yeah.
Or
All of
Binance.
them. Every penny is on
Every-
Coinbase.
every-
Yeah,
They've
he
never actually
says that
touched their own Bitcoin.
he says that any people that like are crazy about self custody are have mental illness. That's what he said. But I was just like, are
He's
you
not a
sure
Bitcoiner.
That's what I was gonna
Bitcoiner.
say. Are you sure you're a Bitcoiner? But-
Well, I guess he's not an old school Bitcoiner. I guess he's part of the new generation of Bitcoiners
Yeah.
who are okay with self custody, which is really weird because we've seen what happened with FTX. We've seen what happened with all these other places. But
Yeah.
I guess if you find the best one, and Coinbase seems to be the best, you can trust them. But I'd still rather have my Bitcoin.
yeah.
I'm with you too. Like one thing I'll say regarding that is like, I think it's even with institutions too, right? Like it's very like imagine them like self custodying their own Bitcoin, they lose the wallet, right? Or something happens to it. Like that's like a potential danger that they can do. Also, it's very
That is
difficult
true.
to remove it. Yeah. So
Like it's something what like Tesla does. Every now and then you'll see them change wallets, and we
That's
came to the conclusion that's because they hire and fire people, right? So
Yeah.
if somebody leaves the company, they got to change the wallet just in case that person has access to the keys. So you'll see these Bitcoins go from wallet to wallet in that aspect of, you know, well, let's just make sure that this is the most secure way we can hold this now.
yeah, exactly. It's always the issue of security. I think what we should do is just give Shizzy Yagobi the keys and just let them handle it.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's do it. I'm very trustworthy.
Let's
Awesome.
go.
All right,
Let's
Fonzie, man, it's been
go.
absolutely amazing. Like every single week, man. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you joining us for Merlin Monday. Appreciate you building a Merlin. So,
course.
I feel like you guys are a close knit group over there, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, having the same builders every week is fun. Like, that definitely happened. But yeah, I appreciate you guys bringing me up here and yeah, let's go Bitcoin, make Bitcoin fun again. It's happening.
Let's go.
do
Let's
it.
go. All right. We'll talk to you soon, Fonzie.
Okay, cheers, guys. Bye.
See you, bud. Yeah, man, absolutely amazing as always. Fonzie, Mr. J, you know, Jeff, and the newest guy to the team, BTC.Fun, Felix. Very, very excited for what they're building there, and really excited for this Merlin chain. I think people are really underestimating what Merlin's going to be in the future for sure.
Yeah, and I think they're about to see a little glimpse of it here in the next 2 to 4 weeks. But yeah, let's kind of prepare for that and be excited because I think that's going to be very, very fun. But we appreciate all 443 of you guys hanging out with us. It was a strong Monday. You know, we hope that you guys learned something, and that's you know, always our main objective for every live stream, every pre-recorded video, everything that we put out is we want to educate you guys. So we hope that each and every one of you guys took at least one thing from today and learned from it. But also, if you guys have a little bit extra time, if you wouldn't mind checking out our partners, we have a new partner that we brought on last week in Emblem Vault. Emblem Vault's actually also building on Merlin Chain, but with the new Lit protocol, they are going to be able to execute a jump action, which will allow you to jump your ordinal from Bitcoin to Merlin with one gas transaction. So Emblem is really, they've been in the Bitcoin ecosystem and crypto space since 2015 or 16, I believe. Started off on Bitcoin, and then when the builders got pushed out, they went to Ethereum. But they basically are this interoperability tool, right? And layer kind of in a sense. And so I believe a lot of us will be utilizing them to jump ordinals around from Bitcoin to Solana, Bitcoin to Merlin, Bitcoin to Ethereum, and vice versa. So bringing your ape from Ethereum to Bitcoin is a possibility as well. So check them out at emblem.vision to learn more. And then we have BetBTC, which is the predictions market for the Bitcoin ecosystem. These guys are building and they're growing fast. They already have over 200 users right now. People are placing bets and they utilize ICP and Bitcoin technology. All you got to do is have an X1st wallet, and you can deposit directly from your X1st wallet Bitcoin and start placing bets on their markets. It takes 6 blocks, but after that, you're good to go. And you can also obviously transfer your Bitcoin back to the Bitcoin layer 1 as well. But check out their markets, guys. They always have new markets every day. We will update you on our Wager Wednesday segment with their Bitcoin markets. BitPerp is a Bitcoin perps and leverage dex that will be launching on mainnet I would say probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks on Botonics. They just finished up their paper trading competition today. So if you made one transaction, you have a chance to win 5,000 BTP tokens. They're going to do a raffle for that. You can visit them at bitperp.io to kind of, get familiar with their platform, but be excited because I believe they're going to have a good amount of Bitcoin Layer 1 assets on their platform for you guys to trade. Ordinal Hive, we just had Fonzie on. They are building on Bitcoin Layer 1 and Layer 2 as an aggregator ordinals marketplace and trader tools platform. You can see the activity of what's hot in terms of ordinals trading to get in before that item stops being hot and, flip for like traders do, right? So if you want to be added to their beta platform, reach out to their Discord to have your address whitelisted so you guys can start earning points. You can earn points by listing, buying, and selling, and it's going to be similar to kind of blur farming, but you'll be able to utilize those points for a future reward. So make sure you're taking advantage of that. And then Fluid Tokens is, in my opinion, one of the greatest innovators on Bitcoin Layer 1. These devs came from Cardano, a UTXO chain that went through a lot to figure out how to build over there, but they did. And then once they heard that building was happening on Bitcoin Layer 1, they came over here and they were the first to create user staking vaults. So you're able to stake ordinals or runes on their platform, Bitcoin Layer 1, and earn Bitcoin or runes or another asset. So if you are a founder of an ordinal collection and you want your users to be able to benefit, to be able to stake, reach out to Raul, which is the CTO at Fluid Tokens, or reach out to us. We'll get you connected. They also have a deck swap for runes. They split the runes up for you to make it easy. So check that out as well. Foxy is a builder in the Tap ecosystem. They are building the Foxy Bitverse, which is the metaverse for Foxy, as well as Clan Wars, which is their first-person shooter game. They did have a recent update for that, and so we will be able to live stream that hopefully tomorrow, but we'll give you guys an update on that. But they also have bit miners to where you can actually mine rewards and assets on their platform and soon to be on your own bitmap. They had campaigns with the most rarest Cosmic, where you can earn USDT Solana and Tap. And the next campaign is Ultra Mythic, which is the second most rare, and you should be able to mine Dog Go to the Moon. So make sure you're paying attention to your miners and making sure you're maintaining those, because if you're not and you miss it, you won't earn. And then finally, Merlin Chain, guys, your #1 scaling solution for Bitcoin native L1 assets and protocols. If you are a builder and you built on Bitcoin native L1 like Ordinal Hive or Emblem Vault, and you want to scale your protocol to make it more flexible for users and UI, then reach out to Merlin Chain's team. You can earn a grant like Ordinal Hive or Emblem Vault did, and you can build over there, and they have great builder support. So check them out. And if you're a user, you can, trade bitmaps into tokens using Unicross Phantom, or, just swapping bitmap tokens on Merlin Swap, as well as Dog Go to the Moon. So a lot of Bitcoin synthetic layer 1s are assets are over there right now. So check out Merlin Chain, and we thank you so much for checking out our partners, guys.
Yep. Great job with that, man. And if you guys wouldn't mind checking out ordinalrevolution.com, we have some of the best articles dating all the way back to last year. If you know someone just entering the space, send them our website. We really feel it can help them get started and get caught up to where we are today. And if you guys need a VPN, you guys should not be traveling these interwebs without a VPN. We have NordVPN with us, which is 70% off coupon here. Use this. There's no reason to let these websites know where you're at. It is the website doing it. It is not your country, especially here in the US. We are allowed privacy, which is freedom. So definitely check out our NordVPN coupon. If you guys are going to Bitcoin 2025 Las Vegas, we will both be there. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. I mean, it's Bitcoin and Vegas in the same sentence. Come on, guys. Get your tickets this year, though. Do not wait for next year. As it gets closer, there's more demand, which means the price goes up. So get your tickets as soon as possible and use our link right here. It helps the show. And if you guys are looking for merch, we have some of the best merch in all of Runes and all of Ordinals. So definitely check that out. And we added some really cool new stuff here. So you guys just come in, just go to view all. I added a bunch of different stuff. Let me know what you guys think too. We can add different stuff as well. You guys come in, you guys can kind of go to probably hoodies or t-shirts or whatever you guys are interested in. You can see I got the Seiko hamster, we got Puka, we got Gizmo. And we are all Satoshi Nakamoto. Just different stuff we've added, some really cool stuff. Node monkeys, get your Bitcoin whales, and so much more. So let us know what you think. I'm curious, you know, what you guys think about our merch here and what we could do better, or you know, what you guys want added. So definitely check out ordinalrevolution.com and everything that is on there. So appreciate you guys. We are live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 4 p.m. UTC. Check us out all week, guys. And until tomorrow, peace.
We OG, oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit found fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.